everybody. Hello and welcome to Whitney Forum as we get set for another edition of Flow TV. Mike Slip, who will confirm for us, did not run to Alberta with that. Well, you speak for yourself here, Mike. First time we've seen you since a lucky Friday for you.
Yeah, $3,700, 50-50, and no, I didn't run to Alberta. I ran to Creighton and bought a new Lazy Boy, which I needed terribly. So I've got a new friend at home that I'm breaking in, but no, it was, I didn't last the whole night Saturday at the game, so people were missing me.
Anyway, good to have you back, Mike, and we got ourselves one heck of a matchup here for a Thursday. The two best offensive teams in the SJHL. The first time we'll get a look at the Mustangs since opening weekend. We'll get back with the starting lineups and went into Melfort last night, surprised the Mustangs 6-5, and the Bombers losing in regulation for the first time this year. Mike, what an October it was, though. They went 10-1, lost a tight game to the Melville Millionaires on Saturday. Now, we were right on that one, and a lot of stuff I say isn't accurate, but I knew that Melville was going to come in and play good defensive hockey. Flin Flon lucky to win on Friday. I thought Jacob Walker stopped that puck that was going across the line. They weren't as fortunate on Saturday. Give Melville the 3-0 lead. Did fight back. It was a heck of a finish, but all good things must come to an end, and we'll see how the Bombers respond for their first regulation loss this year.
Well, you know, Rob, adversity can be a good thing. You know, you don't want to think you can win every night, because the teams like Melville, who really has improved incredibly under Doug Johnson, and you know, a team like Melfort here with Trevor Blevins, they're not going to be easy picking. So we'll have to see how it goes tonight.
No, Melfort's got 7 regulars out of the lineup here tonight, including a guy that, of course, has played the Bombers very well in Zach Summers. But anyway, we are underway, and we'll get to the starting goaltenders and a bunch more as we get our first stoppage of play. There's Justin Lees, the Bomber captain. Puck was taken away from him. He'll try to get it back. It's in skates. Lees battles for it along the wall. He pushes it in. Olofsson for the Mustangs will pick it up. I noticed that Colin Olofsson for Flin Flon not in uniform here tonight. This is Piccinino along the boards. Back of the goal for Lees, intercepted by Olsen. Took a funny hop, came right back out front. That's grabbed here by the Mustangs Moore, and he'll throw it back up the middle of the ice, picked off by Noah Houle, who picked that up inside his own zone, feeds it over to Bourgeois. Bourgeois up the middle, knocked away by Moore, and he'll send it ahead to Hamilton. Hamilton down the right side, inside Flin Flon territory, hangs onto it. Hamilton brings it in deep. Hamilton trying to get free along the boards. Battling with Bourgeois, puck is loose. Flin Flon can't clear, comes back up front. There's a chance right off the hop. A couple of opportunities here for the Mustangs. Ruin a couple of big saves by Harmon Laser-Hume to start the contest tonight. Boy, 2 great opportunities in tight there. And Harmon Laser-Hume able to stretch down with that right pad. A couple of nice stops. Mustangs keep it in deep. Picked up here by Bourgeois. He'll send it to the Melfort line. Thornton there to grab it. Thornton will get a hold of it, and he'll play it up the right side. Mustangs throw it back in on goal. Blocker save made. And here, actually, Olofsson is in uniform tonight. I thought I saw him walking around the causeway tonight, but I guess I was wrong. He's out there, which is good. One of their better defensive players. McNutt got his first goal in the Bomber uniform on Saturday. Throws that one in. In pursuit. The Bombers race after it. That was Ashton Paul back of the net, but knocked away from him. Puck bounced off the boards. This should be an icing call And it is. So minute 57 gone. 3 opportunities for the Mustangs. 2 gigantic saves by Harman Laserhume early. Mike Slip.
Yeah, boy, he Laser was laser focus there. He made 2 beauties. One off the left pad, and then he moved over and met one off the right pad. So a great start for Laserhume, not a great start for the Bombers.
Bombers do win the faceoff. They'll keep it in. They're trying to grab the loose puck. Coyle, though, will grab it for the Mustangs, and he has it at center. He'll send this one in deep for Patterson. Laserhume going to race out. Threw it to the corner. Goes back in the Bomber net. There's Lepper. Kicked away from him. Mustangs have it. They try to work it back out front. That was Bloomer after it. Mustangs hold it in. There's a chance. Off the wall that time. A nice wrist shot by Propovsky. Save made. Harman Laserhume, the starting goaltender again tonight. Decent year. 8-1-1. He does have a shutout. A goals against a 2.36, and he'll have to be at his best because James Venn, as we know, very good down at the other end of the ice.
Yes.
He's 10-1-1 on the year. Goals against a 2.72, a save percentage of .907. Venn also leads the league in wins with 10 and has played more minutes than any goalie in the SJHL this year.
10-1-1 is an amazing record.
And he's played more minutes than anybody else, so that's legitimate stats that he's got. Bombers win the draw. They quickly get it to center. Jacob Vockler up the wing. Here comes Alexi Silvestri trying to come back out front to Vockler. A lot of player awards for Flin Flon. We'll get to that. There's a chance off the goalpost. A chance there for Vockler right off the hot. He had Venn beat that time, but couldn't beat the pipe. Tanchuk back to center. Hammers it in. Big bounce in front. Semp couldn't get to it. Silvestri will hold it in, but knocked away here by Belton. Belton is center. Flipped the puck back inside the Flin Flon zone. Tanchuk there to pick up the loose puck. Tanchuk. Good job along the boards to Semp, but knocked off his stick. Mustangs hold it in. Tanchuk after it again. Threw it to the far corner, picked up by Chow. Chow forced back inside his own zone. Aiden Chow's got it. He'll lift it off the glass and get it out. This will chase Day back in his own zone. Icing waved off. Day had to hurry. Carroll on top of him. Mustangs move it up the boards. They get the puck to Shepard at center. Here's Shepard. Try to come ahead to Westerland. A lot of new Mustang names with 7 regulars out of the lineup tonight. We're going to see a lot of new faces. Mustangs do keep it in. Flin Flon will try to bounce it out. Nice job by Carroll to feed that one to center. Now he'll slap it back inside the Melfort zone. Venn thought about coming out, but Day will go back and get it. Here's Day. He'll play it ahead to Bitter at center. Out of his reach. Rolls back in Flin Flon territory. Bourgeois there to get it. And Flin Flon will quickly turn up the ice. Joey Lee's to center. Joey Lee's back across the line. Shot. Goes wide. Comes right back out front. Venn's got it. And he'll smother that at the side of his own net. 16:06 to go. Opening period. Like I said when we kicked off the broadcast, both teams coming off losses. I know I did chat with Trevor Blevins before the game tonight. He said even with all the regulars out, disappointed to give up 6 goals in a game. He says the guys that he had out there are primarily defensive guys. So a bit of a concern. These guys that are good defensive coaches like him take 6 goals, I think, personally. And we'll see what the Bombers can do, trying to avenge that first regulation loss. They haven't had a lot of discrepancies or a lot of things to work out so far this year. Here comes Hamilton quickly for the Mustangs down the way. Hamilton gets in, gets a chance, and glanced off the right shoulder of Laserhume, came back to center. Adversity was the word I was looking for. Bombers haven't faced much of that so far this year. Mustangs, Duguay, he's had a good year, stole it back in that, but Bombers get it back. They'll slide the pass to Piccinino. He flips it quickly to center. Here comes McNutt. McNutt dropped that one back. Anderson can fly down the wing. He's got it. Anderson going to draw a penalty here. Sorry, McNutt is, as he's tripped up. And the Mustangs going to take a penalty here. And specialty teams have been a big part of both these teams' games. The power play, the Mustangs ranked 2nd in the league right now, but have the 7th ranked penalty kill. The Bombers, the power play 5th, and I know that they were quite concerned with how that was. I know talking to Mike, biggest concern for him for the past weekend, he wasn't happy with their power play.
Yeah, and overall, although I think they're number 1 on the penalty kill, but number two overall, they've dropped.
No, number 1, you're right.
But overall, they've dropped, quite down the list on their specialty team. So I know Mike Reagan will be working on that.
Yeah, the Bomber penalty kill still ranked number 1 at 90%, which is very good. Any NHL team would take that. Thornton will drop that back to blue line. Day's got a chance. He ripped that one wide. Puck is loose in front. Laserhume down, and he'll keep the pad out. Another good right pad save. Jacob Huddy in tight there. And the Mustangs almost get a shorthanded goal. Flin Flon has not looked sharp.
No, they haven't, and Melfort has looked sharp.
Well, he thought that they would be after they lost in their own building last night. And they're out shooting Flin Flon right now, 5-1 early. Flin Flon in the power play. Silvestri down the ice. That's going to be an icing call, is it not?
Penalty, Rob. Oh, yeah. No, it
Flin
should have
Flon's
been.
on the power play.
Yeah, it should have been an icing, I think.
That's strange. Well, wait a second. They've got 5 Mustangs on the ice here. There's a penalties up there.
The penalties against the Bombers. We missed that one, buddy.
Well, they got up on the wrong side. Anyway, Norris has got it. He'll throw it in. So there you have it. Melfort on the power play. The Bomber went down. They called it the penalty up on their side, so I just thought. Anyway, the Mustangs on the power play, and like we said, a very good power play. Second in the league, and they did score some power play goals last night. There's a nice one-timer there.
What a great weekend last weekend, Rob. The Parents' Weekend, got to meet a ton of parents and spent a lot of time with the Muellers, the Bridgers, the Laser Humes, the Pichininos, wonderful people from Toronto. Everybody had a great time and a great job by the Flin Flon Bombers.
57 seconds remaining in the Mustang power play. Speaking of Piccinino, he's got it. He'll get it down the ice. It goes. Venn will stop this, and Olofsson will pick it up at the side of the Mustang net. He's got it. Olofsson will take off. Here comes Olofsson to center. He'll carry it in. The veteran Melfort blue liner. Olofsson will bring it in. Wrap that around the boards. Moore waits for it. He's had some chances tonight. Back out front to Duguay, who had to swat it away. He had Piccinino on top of him. Duguay holds it in. Here's Roux. Back out front. Moore working in. What a save by Laser Hume. Beautiful glove stop there. The rebound cleared the center. Boy, Harmon Laser Hume's been fantastic. 7 shots for the Mustangs, Mike, and I bet you 4 or 5 have been from point-blank range.
Yeah.
Bombers do set it the length of the ice. James Venn will wait for it again. Olofsson will pick it up. Just 5 seconds remaining in the Mustang power play. This is Olofsson up the middle. It'll hit a body, so icing will be negated. Penalty is over. Now the Mustangs go for 1 in the game.
Putting it at center.
Yep. It did hit somebody.
Yeah, no, he says it's going down.
Mike Reagan arguing it.
I don't know why. It's going into the Melfort end. I think you'd be happy about that. Maybe there's something else.
Yeah, it must be something that happened behind the plate because he looks like he's a little bit ticked off about something. Anyway, Joey Lees will get set for the face-off here against Roux. Bombers get a chance right off the face-off. Noah Hull will fire that on target. Puck is stopped. Rebound cleared to center. Bourgeois gets it ahead to Mueller. Mueller battling with his guy. Hamilton will pick it up for the Mustangs. Slid it across. Carroll will intercept that. Carroll, the big fire plug at center, will fire that back in. Mueller will follow it up. Both guys have had fantastic seasons being depth guys for the Bombers and seen some offensive success here early, as I guess most of the team has. Flin Flon holds it in. Bourgeois shot right on target. Ben's there. And getting back those player awards, congratulations to Jacob Wagner, Noah Hull, and Alexis Silvestri, all receiving Players of the Month from the SJHL here today.
Yeah, just a great month for the Bombers and those particular players. And you know what? 4 of the 6 top goals are point getters in the league, and it's a offensive powerhouse for sure. Got to shore up the defense a little, though, I think, Rob.
Bridger against Shepherd. They'll blow that one down. Somebody went early. So 12:48 to go in the opening period. 7-3 the shots in favor of the Mustangs. A scoreless opening period so far. Bridger once again lining up for the draw. The Mustangs win it. They get it back to Day, who's occupied a lot of minutes here so far. Mustangs clear it to center. Poole cut that one off. Here's an opportunity for Bridger, but he can't get away from Patterson. Patterson will flip it back inside the Bomber zone. Laser Hume stopped that, and he'll play it nicely to Bridger at center, who tried to tap that one back to Paul. Patterson intercepted it. Flip that one back to Day. Day will hammer that up into the Bomber bench. One other game in the SJHL tonight. The Yorkton Terriers starting a 3-game road trip in Battleford to face the Stars. And how about Kean Bell?
Wow.
3 games, and he picked up 11 points.
Wow. I wonder if
5 goals.
Do you think Battleford might be interested in selling Kean Bell at the trade deadline? You know, they're not the team they were.
I don't know. I think if they had a couple of pieces, Mike, they're right back.
Yeah,
in the
you
other
could
top
be
end
right.
Teams. They got the goaltending.
Yeah, absolutely. They could build for next year, though. But
I don't think he would have came back from the Western League not to finish his career there.
Probably not.
Anyway, great to see Kean Bell back in the league.
Yep.
I'm looking forward to seeing them play the Bombers head-to-head. Should be a lot of fun. Bombers will keep the puck in. Thornton will pick it up back of the Melfort net. Up the boards to Poprovsky. He lost a handle. Lees with the steal. Got a shot away. Got blocked. He'll get his own rebound. He can't shoot it. Justin Lees, some nifty stick handling. To the slot. A shot. Scores! Justin Lees has put the Bombers on the board here with a beautiful snapshot. And for Justin Lees, that's his 9th of the season. Beautiful goal by Lees here, number 9.
I can't think of too many more prettier goals than that one, Rob. Justin is so good with the puck. Here he is on the replay and just moves into the center of the ice. There was a screen and just ripped a wrist shot against maybe the best goalie in the league, James Van.
That's actually Lees' 10th of the year. I missed the goal somewhere along the way, but he's got number 10 now, so he's in a double figures. And he kind of did that all on his own. He got the first chance, the shot got blocked, did some neat stick handling, and got to the slot. Got a nice low shot on Van, like you mentioned. We'll see what they add for assist tonight as McNutt's forced back inside his own zone. Had to be careful. Duguay threw a big body check on him. And Anderson will get the assist. Boy, have Lees and Anderson been just absolutely electric since Anderson got reassigned from the Prince Albert Raiders of the Western Hockey League. There's Rue in the corner. Tied up with Bachler. So Flin Flon only 4 shots, but they do have a goal. And a big one against James Venn, like you mentioned. Last time they were here, they only got 1 goal by him the whole game.
Yeah.
He's had a good career against Flin Flon.
Mind you, they only got 2 behind Laser Human when it was in overtime. But yeah, he's a great goaltender.
Good battle again tonight. Duguay out of the corner, cutting to the front of the net, swatted away at the last second. The Bombers will clear it. Semp to center. Dumped it in. Venn kind of looked like he mishandled that too. Flin Flon be interesting. Get a couple chances on it here late. See how he reacts after that goal. Here's Hamilton. Back to center. That looked offside to me. Way offside, and it is. They'll blow it down. Delayed call. 10:40 to go in the opening period. Again, the opening goal. Justin Lees' 10th of the year. And Carter Anderson, what a big pickup offensively he's been.
I was at a table and his dad was talking about how happy he is that he's here in Flin Flon. How can you not be? It's Hockey Central, really.
Olofsson against Shepard, faced off outside the Bomber blue line. The Mustangs will send it in. Laser Hume has been fantastic here to start the game. Stops it back of his own net. Bombers moving ahead. This is Ashton Paul, a great pass to Bridger. Bridger with Olofsson cutting the front of the net, but Eisner got over there and cut him off. Geez, it looked like Olofsson had 2 or 3 steps on the other defenseman there. Mustangs working out of the corner, picked up front by Paul, but he can't shoot it. Shepard took it from him. Shepard to center. Down the wing across the Bomber line, he'll hang on. Throws it out front, nobody there. Olofsson there to tap it ahead. Bridger will pick it up at center. He's got Paul with him. Bridger across the line, and he'll put himself offside, and they'll blow that down with 10:04 to go in the opening period. But good start for the Bombers when you figure they could be down 2 or 3-0 already. So important for them to get the goal after some timely saves by Harmon Laser Hume to start the game.
They picked it up after that penalty, Rob. They did look a little shaky there to start, but Ashton Paul just couldn't stop on that offside. He tried but couldn't.
Mustangs win another draw. They'll throw it back down the ice. That'll be icing again, as Bourgeois will touch up deep in Flin Flon territory. 9:57 to go opening period. 7-4 the shots in favor of Melfort. Flin Flon a big break. Actually, both these teams going to have a bit of a break after tonight, but the Bombers in particular going to get a week and a half off before their next game.
Yeah, a lot of the fellas are going to their homes. Some staying in Flin Flon. So it's always a nice break for these guys.
Off the face-off. This is Semp. Back of the goal. Nice job to fight off the defender. Got a weak backhander away, but a good effort from him. Venn saw it all the way, and he'll get the glove down and make that save and scoop it up off the ice.
One player not going home apparently is Noah Wool. He's venturing down to visit a few schools that are interested in him. So he's got quite a few interested in him, and well, they should be. Noah Wool's had a great season, and again, spent some time with his family, mom and dad, beautiful people.
Well, he's had a fantastic year. He's second in overall scoring, 22 points, leads all defensemen, and yeah, he's going to be able to pick where he goes. I don't think it's going to be a matter of 1 or 2 offers. He's going to get multiple ones.
Yeah, you're right.
And deservedly so for what's been a fantastic year for Noah Houle. Of course, his brother Donovan Houle shined with the Bomber program and put together a nice NCAA career himself. So I know that apparently the school that Donovan's at has had some interest in Noah as well, apparently.
I'm sorry?
the school that Donovan went to. I heard there's some interest in him.
Yeah, I believe that's true.
Yeah, Noah Hull entering play tonight, 22 points, 3 goals, and 19 assists. What a year he's had.
You know, I talked to Matt Egan's dad after the parents' introduction on Saturday, and he said to me, you know, Slipper, the one thing that's sad for me is that this will be the last time. And I know exactly what he was talking about. He almost had tears in his eyes. You become a Bomber, and as Mike Reagan said, once a Bomber, always a Bomber. And Jeff, you'll always be a Bomber to us.
They're having some problems with the clock getting the time up there, so there's a bit of a delay here. I'll try and get that reset, and there we go. 9:49, the official time left on the clock, and a big face-off inside the Mustang zone to the left of Ben. The Bombers win the draw. Speaking of Noah Hull, he keeps it in. Long shot. Ben stopped that. Penalty coming up against the Bombers again as Olafson's dropped in front of the Melfort net. So that high potent Melfort power play, Mike, going to go back to work here in the middle part of the opening period. Brock Mueller arguing the call, but it won't matter.
He is not happy.
You know what? In all the years I've been watching hockey, not once have I ever seen a player argue a call and change the referee's
Brock
mind.
Mueller is incensed. And, you know, I've said it before, you don't want to take a penalty in the offensive zone. I didn't see what Brock did.
You don't see him get upset very often, do you?
No, he is a calm character, I'll tell you.
He's upset about that. Anyway, the Mustangs are on the power play for the second time tonight. 9:40 to go in the opening period. It's a 1-0 Flin Flon lead. The captain, Justin Lees, will take the face-off here against Rue to the right of Harmon Laser-Hume. And the Bombers win the draw. And Lees quickly away, short-handed. He's got to break down the right side. Lees cutting it, backhander. Oh, a good save by Ben. But what an effort by number 23. Rue will come back the other way. Trying to go wide on Lepper, threw it back out front. Bombers can't shop it out. Lees gets it again. Down the ice it goes. Oh, what a fantastic effort by Justin Lees. Here's Van. He'll play that ahead to the captain. Olafson's got it. He drew the penalty. Olafson to center. Sends it back at Flin Flon territory. There's the Bombers, Olafson as well. It's always interesting when both these guys are on the ice at the same time. No relation, apparently. Here's Moore at the blue line. Feeds that back to Olafson. Moore. Through traffic, a shot. Redirects, goes wide. Picked up by Colin Olafson of Flin Flon. Thought about shooting it. Now he's going to try and pin it up there. Mustangs try to work it free. It does squirt out, and the Bombers down the ice again on top of Ben. He'll make the save, and he'll play it ahead quickly. Here's Moore. Inside Flin Flon territory, threw it in for Hamilton. Can't pick it up, back of the goal. Duguay is in there. You know, Duguay really missing his good buddy Summers tonight. Rue, back of the goal for Duguay. Dugay's got it. Back the blue line, they'll send it to Thornton. Thornton through traffic, a shot over top of the Bomber net it goes. Duguay knocked it down. 40 seconds remaining in the power play along the boards. Battling here with Jacob Bachler. Puck comes to blue line. Thornton will squirt over there and keep it in. Off the boards. Picked up in the corner by Bloomer. That's Hamilton. They got Bloomer on the sheet here, but Hamilton's the guy that is wearing number 5. Here's Thornton. He knocked it down, held it in. Thornton to the blue line. One-timer, Moore, a hard drive, and stopped again here by the Bomber. Net minor loose puck picked up by Buckner. Down the ice it goes. 5 seconds remaining in the Mustang power play. Flin Flon did a really good job there, keeping that high potent power play to the outside. Mustangs 0 for 2 in the game. Norris to center, bumped off the play. Chow back out there for Flin Flon. He'll throw that back to his defense partner, Noah Hull. Up the middle, knocked down by Paul. He'll dump it in, try to work in on Day. Day bumped off the puck, it comes out front. Paul's got it. Slides it all left and he scores! Great work by Ashton Paul. They jump on the Melfort D. And Kyle Olafson will collect that for his 3rd of the year. Boy, it's not often to get 2 goals by James Venn in half the period of hockey, but the Bombers have accomplished that so far tonight.
That was a beauty. They just got a same sort of thing, got it right out, and Kai Olafson moved to the center of the ice, and a really nice wrist shot by James Venn.
The Bombers take a 2, and that's similar to the last goal. As soon as they killed off the penalty, they were able to get the goal.
Yeah.
So Kyle Olafson, who's got it again, trying to come back out front. That's stolen by the other Olafson. That's Leaf, the Melfort captain. So Flin Flon a 2-0 lead here against these good Melfort Mustangs. The Bombers will dump it back in. Goes back in the goal. Olafson in there looking for more. Try to come back out front.
Olafson hit 3rd.
They're going to give Bridger a second assist on that goal. And Flin Flon in front 2-0. Speaking of Bridger, he's got the puck across the Melfort blue line, fired it on target. Kick to the corner that time by Van. Oh, big hit there, Ashton Paul stepping into Shepard. Coyle's got it. Turn it back to center, looking for Hamilton too far. Hoole's got it. He'll knock it down, and he feeds that pass back to Carroll at center. Dumps it across the Melfort line. Olafson has it. Got to come back to Shepard. Carroll got it, flipped it back at Melfort territory. Ben out of his net will stop that. Olafson picked it up, tried to play it ahead, knocked down at center ice by Houle. Dumped it off to Bourgeois. Here's Bourgeois flipping it on goal. It'll go wide of the Melfort net. Picked up back of the goal that time by Moore, who got hit hard. It'll come back out front. Knocked down by Houle. He'll keep it in. Here's Noah Houle. Quick shot. Save made. Net rebound. Flin Flon after it. Carroll knocked to the ice by Moore.
Yeah. Brock Mueller's got to be in his bonnet. He wasn't happy about that whistle going so quick. Puck did jump out, and the ref lost sight of it, but went right on Brock Mueller's stick. He was ready to fire it home, but quick whistle, but that's the way she goes.
2-0. Flin Flon in front on 7 shots here, or on 10 shots rather in the opening period. Bourgeois just missed there. Ben's, he's a bit off, Mike. He reacted. Did you see how he reacted on that shot by Bourgeois?
Earlier, too.
He's late.
Yeah, earlier he reacted funny.
It'll be interesting. Here's a chance again. Ben did stop that one as he takes it away from Semp, but that shot on Bourgeois, he was definitely late reacting on it. Hamilton can't knock it down. The puck will roll inside Flin Flon territory on top of Laser Hill. He swats that away to Houle. Gets it ahead to Vauclair. Here's Silvestri at center. He can't knock it down. We'll roll to the front of the Melfort net. Ben will play it to the corner. Semp in there. Tried to come back out front. Mustangs have it. Eisner, nice pass to Hamilton across the Bomber blue line. Swatted away by Aiden Chow. A nice defensive play. He'll flip it in. Here comes Silvestri. Will he beat the D? He would have, but they blew it down. What's your thoughts on that? Fans don't like it. What do you think?
He had him beat. I don't know. I know the refs like to call it. It really can cause injuries, but
yeah.
Cole Tanchuk wants the face-off outside because of it, but
I think you're right. It's all about injuries, right?
Yeah.
Prevention. 5:18 to go. Opening period. Face-off back in the Flin Flon zone. Shepard lining up against Jacob Vauclair. Off the face-off, the Mustangs will grab it. That's Shepard again. Got to come back out front. Chow's got it. Played that one ahead to Semp. His pass. Intercepted at center. Mustangs get it back, but they turn it over again inside the Flin Flon zone. Chow. Over to Semp. He'll chip it back in. Eisner will go back to get it. Back of his own net. Flip that over to Bonner, or Binner rather. Shepard again to center. And one of the better looking Melfort forwards here in the opening period as he dumps that inside the Flin Flon zone. Laser Hume out to play it. Binner cut that one off, threw it back in. On the stick of Tanchuk. Tanchuk to center. Dumped it back inside Melfort territory. Here comes Piccinino racing after it. Knocked away from him. Coyle will pick it up at center. This is Coyle racing across the Bomber blue line. Gonna go wide this time on McNutt. McNutt stayed with him, kept it to the outside. Puck is grabbed to the corner, and Piccinino will eventually get it for Flin Flon. He has it at center. Up the wing. Here comes McNutt barreling in. Couldn't get around Olafson. Olafson knocked it down. Oh, what a body check that was as he gets hammered here. That was really close to the boards there.
Yeah.
He got hammered here by, I think it was Piccinino, I believe, or sorry.
We got a hook here.
Anderson was the guy I think that threw the hit on him, and he's going to get a penalty.
Yeah. You know, in James Venn's
hooking call.
James Venn's defense, both those goals, Rob, defense was sort of watching. Lees was able to move around at will, and Kyle Olsen just had an open shot to the net. But they were great shots and beat him cleanly, but he was left on his own devices there on both of those goals.
Well, and if you're Flin Flon, you got to stay away from taking us to the third straight penalty to start the game.
In the offensive zone, 2 in the offensive zone, which is the kiss of death, really.
And Melfort has lived and died by this power play this year. Olafson over to the top of the circle, gets it back. Morris got the stick cocked, that's where he goes. He'll throw it in tight, picked up back of the goal by Bloomer. Back to Olafson, looking for a lane to shoot it. He's got it. Now he lets it rip. Deflected out front, the puck is bouncing. Flin Flon trying to clear, they can't get it out. Knocked down at the side of the net that time by Bloomer. He lost the handle. Bombers clear it out. Jacob Vauclair just about got it at center. Olafson will come back and pick it up, and he's forced back of his own net. Minute 28 to go in the period, 3.5 to go, or a minute 28 to go in the power play, 3.5 to go in the period. Here's Moore. Dumps it back inside the Flin Flon zone. Bridger, a nice game tonight. Got a hold of it, but he whiffed on that one, went down. Puck stays back of the Bomber net. That's Duguay. Left it there for Roos. A couple of their top point getters out there. Kylan Olofsson with a goal tonight gets the interception. Back down the ice it goes. And Venn will drop it back of the net here for Thornton. Thornton takes a look. He'll swing the pass to center. Picked up here by Day. Dropped it back across the blue line. Knocked away again. Nice job, Liam Bridger. Boy, he's been great on the penalty kill. He forces Duguay back in the Melfort zone. 45 seconds to go in the Mustang power play. Here's Duguay. Quickly sends it to center. Picked up by Britton. Walked again. Thornton at center. Lost the handle. Rolls back down on Venn. He'll stop it and swatted it away at the last second. Grabbed by Thornton. Intercepted by Justin Lees. He's also got a goal here in the opening period. He loses the handle. Comes back across the Melfort blue line. Thornton is there. Played it back to Day. Up the right side for Coyle. Too far. Gonna roll inside Flin Flon territory. There's McNutt to get it. Off the glass, back down the ice. The Mustangs, no sustained pressure on this power play whatsoever, and almost another steal that time by Piccinino. Norris will try one more time. Just 5 seconds to go in the power play. There's McNutt. He'll get a hold of it, and that'll do it for another power play. Melfort really couldn't do anything. No offensive zone time at all. Give the Bomber penalty killing unit a double thumbs up. They've been good here in the early going, and they got the puck again. Here's a chance. Fired on target that time by Joey Lees. Here's Carroll. Knocked away from him. Picked up here by Coyle. Off the boards. Back inside the Flin Flon zone. Houle there to get it. He'll hit Carroll with the pass. Carroll across the line to Joey Lees. Oh, he had the D-man beaten, and he just lost the handle at the last second. Binner can't pick it up. Noah Houle with the steal. He's going to try to go to offenses. He'll flip the puck across the Melfort line. Knocked away from him. Picked up here by Belton. Belton to center, ahead to Binner, but rolled off his stick. Intercepted by Bourgeois. Gets it outside the zone. Lees at center, will slap it back in. Moore. Got to come back to Binner. That'll be an icing call. And they'll blow that down with 1:07 remaining here in the opening period. The Flin Flon Bombers once again leading it 2-0. Goals by the captain, Lees his 10th, and Olofsson's come back with his 3rd. And I'll tell you what, Duguay done a nice job keeping him in check. He's got 6 power play goals on the year.
You can tell, I mean, that power play for Melfort is strong, but it hasn't been tonight. You can tell they're missing some pieces for sure.
Duguay is in there. They've held him in check with the 6 power play goals, but you're right, they missed Summers. He's the setup guy.
Yes.
Binner at center will hammer it in, and he's played so good against Flin Flon and had that, of course, overtime winner, if you might recall, back here on opening weekend. There's a chance for Moore. He'll get a shot away. A stick save made that time by Laser Hume. A very good opening period for him. Semp can't knock it down. Day at the blue line, on target. Oh, loose puck. The Mustangs get a freebie. Laser Hume had it, and he couldn't hang on. Puck got away from him, and Hamilton, give him credit, knows to go to the front of the net. And he's made it a 2-1 game, and that's a tough break for Laser Hume, who's played so good in the first period.
Yeah. You were the kiss of death there, Rob. You hexed him as soon as you said he has played fantastic. That one just snuck away on him. He'd like that one back for sure. So we got ourselves a hockey game. 13-12 shots, 2-1 Flin Flon Bombers.
Scored by number 5, Brett Hamilton.
Hamilton's 4th of the year.
Unassisted.
And an unassisted goal. But you got to give Hamilton a lot of credit there, Mike. He went to the net. He didn't give up on the play. A lot of guys would have skated off.
Yeah.
You know, it's a routine shot. He's going down to smother it, but he went to the front of the net. So I give him credit for doing that, and that gives Melfort a lot of life here, who really, their power play has kind of let them down here in the opening period. McNutt will get it again to center. Back to Bridger. Bridger across the blue line. Brings it in. There's Olofsson throwing it out front. Lepper decides to sit back on it. Picked up here by Roux. And boy, that's a big goal for the Melfort Mustangs late in the opening period.
Yeah, it's a huge goal. You know, because really at the start of the game, they were outplaying the Bombers handily, and like you say, 3 penalties, and they couldn't do anything on any of them. And they were able to come back, and you're right, the Melfort Mustang went to the net. The puck bounced out of Laser Hume's glove, and in she went. So it's a 2-1 game.
Let's take a look at the scoring summary before we wrap things up and go for a break here. A good start for the Bombers. Like I said, they kind of back on their heels for the first 5 or 6 minutes. Laser Hume made some big saves. A couple here early on more. Now you got Trevor Blevins not happy as he's mentioning some of the officials as he makes his way off the ice.
Are you surprised?
I don't know. He's not happy about something anyway.
I love him. I love him.
Anyway, some big saves by Harvard and Laser Hume early kept his team in it. The Bombers get a break. Justin Lee's able to get the puck down the ice right after Flin Flon killed the first Melfort power play. He got across the line, made a good move. First shot got blocked, picked it up. He's such a gifted stick handler.
Yeah.
Got it, made another move, got to the top of the slot, was able to go low glove hand on Ben to put Flin Flon up 1-0. Anderson will get the assist. Olsen comes right back again after another Mustang power play. Paul just stripped it away from the defenseman. Such a tough guy to take the puck away, Ashton Paul.
Yeah.
I know you look at his numbers, but I think he's so tough to play against. He uses his size. He's so strong. Took it, muscled it right away from the Melfort D-man. Got it back out front to Kyle Olsen, who gets his third of the year. Bridger got a second assist on that one at 12:41. Looked like, if nothing else, the Bombers were going to be able to carry that 2-0 lead into the locker room. But a tough break at the end of the period. The shot just came a weak run off the boards. Laser Hume stopped it, going down to cover it up, and didn't jump on it quick enough. And like we said, Hamilton able to race out front and pocket it for his third of the year. And big goal for the Mustangs to give them some life after the opening period tonight.
Absolutely. Justin Lees, I was talking with somebody today, and we both agreed how smooth he is. Smooth skater, smooth stick handler. Boy, the Bombers are happy to have him.
They certainly are. Shots in that period favored Flin Flon 13-12. The Mustangs 0 for 3 on the power play. Flin Flon still looking for their first opportunity of the evening. When the Bombers lead after one period of play this year, their record not bad, 10-0. When the Mustangs trail after a period of play this year, their record 1-1-1. So that's the story. Lees and Olsen for Flin Flon. Hamilton's replied for Melfort. 2-1 Bombers after one. We'll take a break and come back with the second period momentarily here on Flow TV. welcome back to the second period here as we're getting set for, of course, more here on Float TV. Boy, big goal for the Melfort Mustangs there, Mike. It came with 37 seconds left, and those ones can really break your back.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a bad goal, so even that makes it even worse. Bombers have to rebound. That's one thing with Laser Hume, though. I think he can make a great comeback, and the Bombers are confident enough in themselves. But this period will tell the tale. Mike Reagan not happy about something. He's got the referee's ear. I don't know what that's about. The referee got it from Trevor Blevins leaving the ice. He's getting it from Mike Reagan coming on the ice.
You know, you always hear that there's not a lot of referees coming up anymore. Do you often wonder when you watch these games, the way these guys get abused by Kocur and everything else, why they do it?
Yeah, I don't know. And you know, the problem...
Levy's laughing now. He's having a good time, but...
Yeah, the problem is, too, at the lower levels, parents really giving it to the refs. I know a prominent NHLer whose mom got in trouble for putting a note under the referee's door after a Pee Wee game telling them how bad they were.
And who would that be, Mike?
I don't want to mention a name.
Mike, he's not listening. You can tell us.
Mr. McCarr.
Oh, okay. I don't think he's tooting in tonight. But anyway, just get back to the point as we start the second period here.
But
you got to wonder about how much longer it's going to go on than them taking the abuse that they do.
I'm going to say something about the McCarrs, though. Great people. You know, it was just...
Well, he's probably the best defenseman in the NHL.
He is, but his mom and dad are wonderful people. And I'll tell you this, his dad is still on the board of directors of the Minor Hockey Association in Calgary, and he doesn't have a kid playing.
Well, good for him. They need good volunteers. Underway in the second period, Flin Flon in front 2-1. Puck is lifted outside the Bomber zone. This will force Bourgeois back. He'll grab it inside his own zone. Forced back, and then here by Hamilton. Couple Mustangs converge on him. He had to get rid of it. Noah Hull will pick it up. Lee's a nice pass to Piccinino, but couldn't handle it cleanly. Rolled back to Olofsson inside the Melfort zone. He's got it. He'll drift back of his net. Plays it ahead to Rue. A good pass to center. Rue across the line. Will throw it towards the front of the net, and Harman Laserhume will jump on that. Hamilton cruising out front, hoping that he get a nice freebie like he did at the end of the opening period.
Yeah, I missed the game Saturday night, Rob. I can't remember the young man's name, the goalie for Melville, but boy,
Ethan Rowe.
Ethan on Monday or on Friday though, the goalie, he took a lot of physical abuse.
Yeah, he did for a big guy, but Melville came in as advertised, and they got a nice team there.
They sure do.
They don't give up much for offense at all. Thornton will drift back in his own zone, pops it up. Good work by Bridger along the boards. Flin Flon will get it back to McNutt. He knocked it down. McNutt looking for someone to give it to. Made a good move along the boards. Here's McNutt. A couple nifty moves. Back of the net. Tried to come back out front. Bumped off the play. Pucked up to the blue line. Held in by Paul for the time being. Mustangs do get it. Here's Day to Coyle. Coyle across the Bomber line. A shot into the glove. And Harman Laserhume saw that all the way. And he'll reach up and grab that. Good news, Mike slipped this weekend. Time change.
Yes.
Everybody be playing at the same time, our next broadcast.
Yeah, we're going to fall back.
Tell you what, it makes a big difference. Come back for those road trips, that extra hour.
Yeah, no, absolutely it does, Rob. You're absolutely right. A little controversy in hockey. Well, it's not controversy. The poor young man over in Europe died with a cut. But the Saskatchewan Hockey League so far hasn't mandated neck guards. The WHL has, but...
well, the Winnipeg Jets apparently had some of their players are wearing them now.
Is that right?
Olofsson at the blue line. He'll try to keep it in. Flin Flon has taken another penalty. Liam Bridger's taken a penalty.
Bridger, interference.
Interference to Bridger, and the Mustangs, their fourth straight power play to start the game. And the Bombers will send it to the light through the ice. Venn will stop that. Just got rid of it. He had Silvestri out front. Rue's got it. So Melfort back on the power play again. I don't think I've seen Flin Flon take four straight penalties in a game in a long time. Silvestri knocked it away. Short-handed opportunity. 2-on-1 with Vockler. Silvestri down the wing out front. Vockler missed the pass on a great feed by Silvestri. Duguay, we told you what he could do on the PP. 6 power play goals this year ahead to Rue. He's across the Bomber line, around the boards, back of the Bomber net. Hamilton, who's got the goal, got it back for Duguay. Duguay will flip that back out front. Moore knocked it down. He'll hold it in. Back out front to Duguay. He knocks it down to the blue line. Held in by Olofsson. Back along the left wall that time for Duguay. Across the zone, it goes to Moore. Back out front, trying to go backdoor to Roux. Great defensive play by Bourgeois, got his stick on it. 55 seconds remaining in the Melfort power play. Olofsson has it just inside the line. Lets her go, deflected, good save that time. Hamilton with the redirection, and Laserhume got a pad on it. Here comes the Bombers back the other direction. It's Anderson whiffed on it. Had Colin Olofsson looking for his second of the hockey game. Knocked away, Flin Flon offside, but again, you can't continue to give up these power plays.
No. Just back to that net guard thing. I'm wondering if maybe there's a shortage. I mean, they can't supply every team with net guards like that. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes. I'd rather see net guards than the full cages, I think.
Absolutely. Mustangs get it back in. 28 seconds to go on the power play. Shepard along the boards. He's trying to get free. Like we mentioned, 7 regular Mustangs out of the lineup tonight. Well, they're giving it a good go at the Whitney Forum anyway. Lees gets it back to center. Knocked away here by Coyle. He's got Belton. Belton will take the pass up the left wing, dropped it back. Intercepted here by Justin Lees. Justin Lees in the corner, tried to move that ahead to Leopard, knocked away. Coyle will hold it in. Back out front. McNutt got a stick on it. The puck does come out. Knocked down by Day. He'll flip it in. Berger out of the box, and the Mustangs are 0 for 4 on the power play in this game. McNutt to center. He can fly. McNutt across the line, gets it, he scores! McNutt again, never saw it. He went down over top of his right shoulder. And again, that goes to prove the point that I told you. James Van is not himself tonight.
No, although, Rob,
he didn't even move on that.
No, I want to see this replay because I think it might have gone off Wyatt Day's stick. Let's see, here it is.
McNutt second of the year.
It went off Wyatt Day, but not his stick, I'm pretty sure. But still...
definitely fooled him.
Yeah, it did. A great goal. I think it might have changed directions, but tough to tell on that replay.
I think that's going to be another unassisted goal, but McNutt's got his second of the year. It's a big one. Flin Flon restores the 2-goal lead as we get the announcement here at the Whitney Forum. Bombers will dump it in. Eisner along the boards. Can't knock it down. Carroll spins and fires. That hit a stick over top of the net. Racing after it is Westerland. It is an unassisted goal. McNutt really starting to come into his own. Had that tough injury when he came to the Bombers from the Western League, but scored a beautiful shorthanded goal against the Millionaires on Saturday and gets a nice goal here tonight. Again, to restore the 2-goal lead. Flin Flon in front 3-1. They'll dump the puck back in. Van will stop it back of the net. Picked up that time by Eisner, but he can't get out. Westerland moves it to Binner at center. He'll slap it off the boards and he'll head off for a change. And Cole Township's mom and dad is here tonight. I saw them downstairs. He gets a hold of it. Chow lost the handle. Duguay with the steal. Throws it out front just behind Hamilton. Hamilton will pick it up. He's got the Melfort goal. Back to Olofsson. Back out front. Here's a chance for Duguay. Duguay to the slot. Shoots it. Good save again. Puck leg behind Laserhume, and they jam it in. The defense couldn't clear it. It was a great additional save by Human. I think he's saying maybe a high stick, but he made a good save there, Mike, and the rebound was laying there, and the Bombers couldn't get it out. And a bad giveaway to lead to that play.
Here's the replay, Rob. I think Laserhume thought it was underneath him.
Anyway, the Mustangs
another big
score,
goal.
and they answer that goal by McNutt.
You know, you mentioned Cole Tanchuk. He's in the top for top 20 in defensemen for scoring. He's not known as a goal scorer, but a fantastic defenseman.
Ryan Duguay and number 43, Leith Olofsson. Time of the goal, 4:45.
I think Binner got it. No, Ryu, my apologies. I thought he said Binner.
At 4:45.
So another big offensive weapon here for the Melfort Mustangs. Ryu will score. And you couldn't really tell as it was happening in behind the play. That's Ryu's 6th of the year. Duguay, the guy that started, got the initial shot. It was a good save by Laserhume, but again, the Bomber D got caught flat-footed. Here's an opportunity for Bourgeois. He'll push it in. Olofsson knocked it away from him back to net, so it's a 1-goal game once again. 3-2 in favor of Flin Flon. Puck inside the Mustang zone. Vockler had it in his skates. Now he knocks it down. Here's Jacob Vockler. Back to blue line. Bourgeois. Wicked drive, and that goes wide. Vockler's got the rebound. Back of the goal to Semp. Back out front. He tried to come to Vockler. Intercepted off the glass. It goes back down the ice. Icing against the Mustangs. Flin Flon will touch up. And they'll get a face-off back in Melfort territory. So 3-2 Flin Flon leads, and give Melfort credit. They fought back from 2 2-goal deficits in this game.
Yes, and They certainly have, and as you say, 7 guys out of the lineup. That's huge. I mean, we had 5 out at a time last year. The Bombers
tried 9 at one time.
Yeah, that's right. And
I remember going into LaRange.
That's right.
Early January without 9 regulars, and Flin Flon won that game.
Yeah. So you never know. You never know what you got till you give it a try.
And some guys are getting opportunities to play in different roles, right?
Yep.
Anyway, a 3-2 Flin Flon lead, 14-14 to play in the second period. It was 2-1 Flin Flon after one. They made it 3-1 on a beautiful goal by McNutt, but the Mustangs have fought back. Piccinino, he'll get it in. Good tenacity around the front of that Flin Flon Bomber net to get that rebound, and Ryu has got his 6th of the year. They'll work it back to blue line. Flin Flon holds it in. Lepper. One-timer right on target that time by Anderson. Lisa's got the rebound. Back to McNutt. He'll fire that one in and hit a leg. Picked up back of the goal that time by Moore. Knocked away here by Anderson. He's got it. His backhander. Ben sees that. He makes the save and he hangs on. 13:43 to go opening period. Shots are 16-50 in favor of Flin Flon. Make that 18-50. They just updated a couple extra ones, but Mustangs holding their own here at the Whitney Forum tonight.
Kyle Olsen, good face-off man. Oh, got kicked. We're hexing them tonight, Rob.
Bridger against Norris as they line up for the draw. Flin Flon wins it deep in Melfort territory. Ashton Paul back of the net. Had a guy draped on him, threw it to the corner, picked up here by Bridger. Flin Flon fans wanting a penalty. They didn't get one. Thornton's got it here for the Mustangs, threw it ahead to Coyle. Lepper, who I think has been really good for Flin Flon this year, knocked it down at center. Here's Ashton Paul. Fires it in on target. Ben the save, and he's forced to hang on because Paul will follow through to the front of the net.
Coach Reagan not happy there wasn't a penalty. You got to think, you know, the quirks of hockey, that a penalty's got to come to Melfort here pretty soon. Bombers, what, four power play penalty kills? So
yeah.
You got to expect a Melfort penalty soon.
Face off inside the Mustang zone. Melfort wins the draw. Patterson quickly to center. Sent it back inside Flin Flon territory. Benner will race down on Tanchuk. They collide back of the goal. Patterson grabs it. Looking for a lane to give it to. He'll throw it back of the net. Shepard can't get to it. Puck leg in front. Racing after it. Patterson can't get to it. Shepard's got it. And his backhander over top of that. It comes back out front. And Laser Hume will grab a hold of that and hang on. And one thing about this Melfort team, they do not give up on loose pucks. They've been able to score 2 of them tonight because of their tenacity around in the front of that Flin Flon net.
Yeah, Aiden Chow was able to tangle with a guy that kind of screwed him up. Harmon Laser Hume still not happy about that goal.
12:55 to go, second period. Mustangs win another face-off, but Tanchuk will knock it down back of his own net. Around the boards it goes. Lees throws it away out front, intercepted by Binner. But a nice job by Carroll to come back and help out his forward. And they'll send it the length of the ice. That should be icing against Flin Flon. It is. 12:30 to go. Lots of Canadian teams in action in the NHL tonight. Good news, it's the Calgary Flames aren't one of them.
Good. I love the Flames.
LA up on Ottawa 3-2 in the third. What do you think about the firing of Pierre Dorian?
I think you'll see another one tomorrow. I think you'll see the coach go too.
In Ottawa?
Yeah.
Why?
Dorian got fired. Our good.
That was because of that hiccup with the trade.
Yeah.
I think he's done a good job rebuilding that team, really, in my opinion.
Andre Baginski was filling me in on that trade issue.
Yeah. It's unfortunate. We'll get to some more NHL scores on next break. Here comes Hamilton quickly back across the Bomber line. He's got it. Evades a check. Picked up in the corner that time by Rue, who's got the second Mustang goal. Flin Flon will clear it, though. Dawson Carroll to center. He'll dump it in. Moore goes back to get it. Mueller cruising in on him. Moore fanned on it. Silvestri with the steal on the boards. Good jobs here by Flin Flon penalty kill. In particular, Mueller, who's a tough guy to play against. He uses his size really to his advantage. That one flipped up into the bench. We mentioned, of course, Ottawa losing to the Kings in the third 3-2 tonight. Leafs in Boston 2-2 after 2. Oilers trailing Dallas 1-0 in the first. I'm waiting for that guy to get canned.
Yeah. I do too. Boston's been better than they were expected after Bergeron's departure.
That's a good hockey team.
Sure is.
Jets play Vegas tonight, and Montreal taking on Arizona, who might be the most improved team in the NHL this year. We'll keep you up to date on those as long as we're on the air here tonight. Semp, where Flin Flon tried to get it out. But I don't see Woodcroft staying. That Edmonton team, boy, you talk about how bad Calgary is, Edmonton isn't much better.
With a lot better players.
Yeah, Silvestri, he'll get it ahead and picked it up, and they're going to say it was hit ahead with a glove pass. Tough break there. Silvestri's not happy because he and Bachler are off to the races there for a 2-on-1, and two of the most gifted guys in the league offensively.
Speaking about the Oilers, and they've had this issue forever, it seems, is goaltending.
But I think there's some other problems.
I do too, but they've never been able to find when's the last great
Billy Ranford. That was a good goalie.
He was a fantastic goalie, but that's a heck of a long time ago.
Well, you asked me to pull a goalie out.
You're right, Rob. You're absolutely right.
I love Billy Ranford. Never been a big Oilers guy, but I loved him. He was fantastic. Flin Flon leads the Melfort Mustangs 3-2, almost at the midway point of the game. We got 11:13 to play here in the second period. Bombers along the boards. Try to work it back out. They do. They get the blue line. Leopard knocked it down. Feeds it back to McNutt. He's got a goal. Lets that one on target. And Ben quickly on top of the blue pate to kick that to the corner. Bombers continue to battle for the puck. The Mustangs battling for it as well as it's in deep in Melfort territory. Squirts free. Day will pick it up back in the Melfort net. Loses it out front. Piccinino with the steal, but he fanned on it. Anderson tried to get free, but the Mustangs have it. That's Patterson lifting it out, and chance for an odd man rush, but again, they're going to say somebody hit it ahead with a glove pass, so that will negate that. Another 2-on-1. Melfort doesn't like to call. You know what? They got a legitimate complaint here. I think it was the Flin Flon guy that hit it.
Yeah, it was funny looking for sure. I don't know. They aren't happy with it.
Anyway, the face-off will come back just in front of the Melfort blue line. 10.5 to go in the second period. Shots 20-17 in favor of Flin Flon. Still looking for the first power play of the game. They've done a nice job in the penalty kill tonight, killing all 4 Melfort power plays. And again, the Mustangs power play has been lethal this year. They scored the majority of their goals with the extra attacker. Here's Colin Olsen for Flin Flon. Out front, it looked like he had a guy open. We're going to get a penalty finally, I think. Olsen taken down.
Trevor Blevins beside himself.
Penalty going to be handed out for a tripping call. And it's going to go to Eisner. And we'll see what the Bombers can do with the extra attacker. Like I mentioned, we kicked off the broadcast tonight, Mike. Mike Reagan not very happy with his power play this past weekend. But saying that, you've also got to give the team credit that's trying to stop you from scoring as well.
Absolutely. You know what I was just thinking, Rob? Trevor Blevins maybe not so happy with the Flin Flon Bombers on a trade, and I just can't remember who it was. It was from it was all connected with LaRange. Blevins was in the running. McNutt. Blevins was in the running for that.
Lee's down the right side, and whenever there's good players available, all the top coaches, of course, compete for these great plays. And
sure.
Mike Reagan, a guy that seems to win a lot of these battles, more than not. And McNutt's been a nice pickup and has a goal. He has the go-ahead goal in this game. Poole forced back at his own net. He'll play it ahead to Justin Lees. He'll get it to center. This is Silvestri across the line, but quickly intercepted by Olofsson, and back down the ice it goes to Melfort penalty kill. Little surprising, ranked 7th overall with such a good defensive team, but battling injuries will do that to you.
Coach Reagan gave a lot up to get McNutt, and
the interesting thing about that trade is that none of those guys are even in LaRange anymore.
Is that right?
Awanis has quit hockey, I told.
Good hockey player.
Beauchamp's been moved to Portage. Actually, I think Andrews did report eventually. And there was a draft pick in there as well. But yeah, that was a real big trade. It surprised me. Awanis I really liked.
Yeah, very good player.
Good prospect for sure. And the Bombers, no doubt, will miss him a little bit with some secondary scoring. Poole will keep the puck inside the Mustangs' zone. Flip on the power play for another 52 seconds. That's thrown in. Day intercepted it. Can't get it out. Held in by Houle. Up front, there's a one-timer. A good shot by Anderson. Puck squirts free. Oh, fired off the post there. Silvestri, within an inch of restoring the 2-goal lead. He had an open net but was off balance, got a stick on it.
I really think there should have been a penalty there, Rob.
Hit the outside of the post. Ben looks like he's shaken up as he gets up and up that close to restoring the 2-goal lead. A nice shot by Anderson.
Yeah, Mike Reagan thinks there should be a penalty too. I thought Silvestri was tripped up, but referee saw it different.
Ben shaken up on the play too. Shots in this period, by the way, 9-5 in favor of Flin Flon. Two teams have traded goals. Flin Flon leads at 3-2, 43 seconds of power play time remaining. The Bombers win the draw. I don't even know how a guy could hear a whistle with that horn going. But he blew it down for some reason. Oh, Venn he's shaking up here. I think he might need some assistance maybe. They're checking with him. He's kind of, his midsection area is a little slow to get up. I think somebody fell on top of him. Anyway, they'll drop the puck. The Mustangs win this face-off. Moore gets it ahead. The puck will roll back to center. Townchuk waited for it. Had to be careful. Drop that back over to McNutt. McNutt knocked it down. He'll pick it up and take off at center. Here he goes. Across the Melfort line, a long shot. Benton is on top of the blue paint again. And you know, you talk about these goaltenders and the better goalies in the league. The one thing about Ben and the better goalies I've noticed, they very rarely ever give you a rebound in front of the net.
That's right. They're able to cradle that puck, and the one on Laser Hume tonight is a perfect example of one that got away, but very rare. You're absolutely right. Goalies these days are so good.
McNutt back to Piccinino, side of the goal. Here's a chance for Paul. He can't get it to go. Venn is there. Rebound. The Bombers try to jam it. They get it in. No, the goal waved off. Liam Bridger thought he shoveled it in. So did I. But the referee waved it off immediately, and I'm not sure why. They will probably announce it. But Liam Bridger got out front. Here's the replay. I don't know. Can you even tell?
The goal judge had the red light on.
The puck is laying there. Ben is down.
Can't see it.
I'm not sure why that was waved off, Mike.
Whoever that is behind the net sure thought it had a good, I think it's Ashton Paul had a good look at it.
I wonder why it was waved off. I can't really tell by that angle. Piccinino back of the net. He'll hang on to it, left it there. Bridger again. Tried to wrap around, almost got it to go. Nice effort from Bridger's had a good game tonight. Paul knocked it down. Kept it out front, but can't get it to go. And stolen by Rue, who gets hammered here by McNutt, but Hamilton will pick it up. He's got eyes for trailing Hamilton down the wing. Redirected off Townchuk, went out of play. We got another penalty coming up here. We're going to get a slashing penalty against Moore, so back-to-back penalties against the Mustangs. Moore wasn't happy with the hit. He retaliated.
McNutt letting him have it.
So Moore will take the slashing penalty. Flin Flon right back to the power play. And again, I'd like to know why that goal didn't count for Flin Flon. They weren't in the crease on it.
No, unless the ref lost sight again and blew it quick. That's the only thing I can think of.
I think Justin Lees has wanted explanation as well. Not radio, so we won't have Mike on after the game tonight. But I mean, from the replay that I saw, that goal.
What a hit there.
Media timeout here. See if that other game looks like it just started. Yorkton and North Battleford, and we mentioned, of course, Kean Bell coming back and the immediate impact he's had in the SJHL.
What a special hockey player Kean Bell was and is. Last year he led that team so with a lot of great players. That was a once-in-a-lifetime team, I think, that
they didn't lose the game in regulation until January.
That's right. I remember. You're right. Absolutely. It was incredible.
And that was actually in Estevan against the Bruins. The Bruins shut them out. I remember that.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, what a team they had. They made it all the way, of course, to the national final.
Great goaltending.
Lost to a really good team out of Brooks. Yeah, I don't know if I've ever seen a goalie like Kocur like he did last year. He was head and shoulders, I mean, just above everybody.
From back to front, they were fantastic.
Still a lot of good players there. It'll be really interesting to see what Battleford does do this year. Anyway, Flin Flon back on the power play. The Bombers, the 5th-ranked power play coming in tonight. They are 0 for 1 in this game. Noah Hull will knock it down on the boards. This is Jacob Bachler. 4 power play goals to lead his squad this year. To Lees, back to Hull. Top of the circle. Here's Anderson, a backhand off front, wide open. That's Silvestri Van. That's the James Van I know. Stealing shots like that, boy, I thought Silvestri was going to put that one in for sure. And Van just found a way to get over there and make the save. He'll make another one as that directs in front. That's the Van I remember.
Yeah.
Great opportunity there for Silvestri. We'll see the replay hopefully here. This is just an incredible stop. Watch this. Laying there point blank range, and there he is.
Yes, sir.
Beautiful save from James Van, keeping Alexis Silvestri at bay. A minute 35 to go in the power play. 7:54 in the period. Flin Flon in front 3-2. Here's Noah Hull's shot. That got blocked. It came right back to him. They'll drop it back to Anderson. Hull's got it. Here's Anderson. Lets her rip. That one redirected off the left leg of Westerland. Bombers continue to control it. Silvestri will keep it in along the boards here to Vockler. Mentioned Vockler, the MVP of the month. Gets the puck along the boards. Knocked down by Silvestri. Back out front to Vockler. Fadden on it. Knocked away by Thornton down the ice. It goes 57 seconds to go to the power play. 7:14 to play in the second period. Here's the head pass to McNutt. Oh, beautiful pass to Ashton Paul. Across the line, dropped it back. McNutt, will he shoot it? No, back out front, knocked away. Held in that time by Tanchuk, and then he whacked it over the glass in midair, but a great effort nonetheless. Battleford, by the way, has already taken a 1-0 lead on Yorkton.
Wow.
The game not even 5 minutes old there tonight at the Civic Center. So we got the goal here, our next break. McNutt takes the pass. There's 37 seconds of power play time remaining. The Bombers will dump it in. Looking to restore that 2-goal lead for the third time in the game. Knocked away by Patterson. Down the ice it goes. And Laserhume will stop that. Back of his net. Picked up here by Tanchuk. Feeds it back to McNutt. Across the ice to Paul. A drop pass to Piccinino. Paul in the corner. Back up front to Piccinino to the blue line to McNutt. Just holds it in. Good pressure here by the Mustangs. Here's Paul. Trying to get free. 8 seconds to go in the power play. Tied up back of the net. Puck grabbed here by Unger. He can't do much with it. The Bombers have it. Bridger back out front to Tanchuk. Tanchuk knocked it down. A shot. Good save, Ben. Rebound picked up by Paul. Power play over. We're back to 5 aside. Ashton Paul controlling it back of the goal. Finally knocked away by Unger. Puck laying there. Picked up here by the Melfort D-man Thornton. Up the boards to Coyle. He'll get it ahead. Knocked down at center ice by Piccinino. Patterson on top of him. This is Tanchuk. He'll take a look. Off the boards. Mueller. In over the line. Tried to freeze it up there. Poole keeps it in. Mueller goes in to get it. Bumped off the play. Stood up along the boards. They work in the blue line. Knocked down here by Bourgeois. This is Poole. Poole. Tried to throw it in for Carroll. Joey Lee's back. Up front. Mueller can't get it to go. Had an opportunity and couldn't get the shot away. Here's Hamilton for the Mustangs at center. Spins away from traffic. He gets hit hard by Bourgeois. And I'll flip it back in the Melfort zone. Olofsson back to get it here for the Mustangs. Tied up back of the goal by Carroll. I don't know if I've ever watched a game where Carroll hasn't worked his butt off.
Oh, yeah.
What a forechecker. They do get the puck back to center. Bourgeois cut that one off again. He'll flip it back in. Olofsson gets a hold of it. Fanned on it in the corner. Gets a second chance. But Joey Lees races over to keep it in. Hit a leg. Rolled in deep. Olofsson tied up here with Carroll. Good pressure here by this Bomber line. Less than 5 minutes to play in the second period. A 3-2 Flin Flon lead. Bombers crashing inside the Mustang zone, trying to hold the fort. Olofsson for Flin Flon in there with Mueller. They hold it in. McNutt at the blue line. Ryu stopped that. Duguay tried to get on top of it. Olofsson, though, takes it from him. McNutt can't hold it in the blue line. Puck comes out. Semple will flip it back in, but grabbed by Ryu. Down the ice for an icing call. And great work here by this line. Oh boy, Dawson Carroll just fantastic there on that forecheck.
Dawson Carroll, one of those guys that just came into his own at the end of last season with the injuries and had to go play Junior B because his team went to the finals. We mentioned this a number of times, but he got the winning goal in the championship game.
Rio against Silvestri. The Bombers win the faceoff. He produced very well for them down there. There's a chance in front for Olofsson. It gets past him. McNutt at the blue line. In tight for Silvestri, trying to chop it out front. Semp taken down. Another penalty coming up. Here's a chance now for Silvestri. Off to stick it out of play. Battleford Stars, like we said, a 1-0 lead on Yorkton, a power play goal. Bell hasn't scored, but he's got an assist.
Boy, what a player.
Ferguson hits fifth of the year. As the Battleford Stars taking a 1-0 lead there early in the opening period. And Flin Flon another chance on the power play. Opportunity number 3. Vockler, Silvestri, Justin Lees, Vockler, and Houle.
Melfort Mustangs penalty to number 43.
Speaking of Walker, along the boards, he's got it. Side of the goal for Justin Lees, one of the 3 goal scorers tonight. Who holds it in? Top of the circle, he drilled it Anderson, and it will go wide of the mark and off the glass and out of play. Anderson seems to be the guy that they're trying to set up inside the blue line.
Yeah, a great shot. He just missed by a bit, and he's had a few of those tonight. Trevor Blevins wasn't happy with that penalty. I don't know what he could complain about. It was a trip right in front of the net, in front of the referee.
1:47 remaining in the power play, 3:50 to go in the second period. Silvestri once again lining up here against Belton. Flin Flon in front 3-2. Noah Houle just holds it in. This is Walker. Shot got blocked. Day has it, can't clear. Noah Houle, nice job on the blue line. Back up front to Anderson, a one-timer again. He misses it, it comes back out front. Walker a chance, but Ben stopped him. Back out front to Justin Lees. Looking for a lane to shoot it. Got to come out front. Blocked. Rebound comes out front to Anderson. Save made. Ben seems to be back on top of his game. He's made a couple of big saves. Anderson again. Top of the slot, a shot. Belton blocked that. Patterson lost his stick, but he gets it back. Here's Houle. Along the boards for Houle. Stood up that time by Thornton. 1:06 to go in the power play. Flin Flon moving the puck well, but they can't beat Ben here with the extra attacker in this second period. Dug free here by Justin Lees. Top of the circle again, and Ben looking behind him, but he missed the target. Belton gets it out. Laser Hume will race well out of his net. Just 5 shots on him in the second period. Here's a nice pass to Silvestri. Silvestri walks in, he scores! Alexis Silvestri, forward of the month, and he lets that one rip. He's been denied twice tonight. Once by the goalpost, once by a gigantic save by Ben. But a goal scorer of that quality, you can't give him opportunities to get it from point blank range. Here's the replay. Inside the right circle, blew it past one of the top netminders in the SJHL.
Another top netminder in the NHL is going to get a beautiful assist on this goal. Harman Laser-Hume is so good with the puck. Talked to a guy today. Yeah, he's going to get burned once, twice, but the benefit from him playing that puck outweighs any issues.
So Silvestri will hit double figures with goals. That's his 10th of the year.
The assist to number 29, Harman Laser.
And there you go, Laser-Hume gets the assist.
That was a fantastic pass by Harman Laser-Hume.
Here comes Duguay, trying to answer again, and he just missed as he got it alone. The Mustangs have been able to battle back from a couple of 2-goal deficits tonight. We'll see if Flin Flon can hold the fort. And the big thing for Flin Flon, they don't want to give up a goal here late in the period again.
No.
Duguay takes a high stick, and McNutt's going to get at least 2, if not 4, if Dugay's cut. But he caught him. And Duguay checking for blood. I think that it'll only be 2 minutes, Mike.
I think so, Rob.
Actually, they're going to say Olsen was the one that hit him with the stick.
They're not calling a high stick, they're calling a hook.
5th power play of the night for Melfort, trying to answer the power play goal here by Flin Flon.
Big opportunity for Melfort here, Rob.
Well, again, like I said, you want to try and not avoid giving up that late goal,
yep.
Which has birthed in the last couple of games. Olsen will hold it in. That's Olsen for the Mustangs, obviously. Hamilton took a good hit. Ryu, who's got a goal, comes back out front. That's grabbed here by Moore, who's had a nice game for the Mustangs tonight. Moore will keep it in. Slides it back to Olsen. Olsen out front. Duguay, the one-timer, he scores! Duguay on the power play. 7th power play goal for him here this year. And overall, that's his 13th goal, and he's now the new league leader in goals with 13.
Wow, that one, just a good shot, and it's squeaked through Laser-Hume's equipment. I know Harman would like that one back too.
So the Mustangs are able to fight back once again and make it a 1-goal game. The 3rd time they've done that. Dugay's league-leading 13th of the year, 7th on the power play. Who will get it back in his own blue line, and they'll throw the puck back inside the Melfort zone. There's Olsen there. Olsen again for the Mustangs. We'll see if Flin Flon can come back here late in the period. Puck flipped back outside the zone. Leper's going to race after it. And that will be an icing call against the Bombers.
You knew that the Mustangs were going to be denied after all these penalties the Bombers had taken. And
Mustangs off. I said, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, they're too good of a power play team to be denied all night with that amount of penalties.
Off the draw, Carroll looking to get a shot away, but he gets taken down by Moore. Poole goes back to get it in his own blue line. We'll see if Flin Flon can score a late period goal here. Olesen grabs it, Carroll on top of him. Look at Carroll go to work, chased him behind the net. He had to get rid of it quickly. Olesen will get it back. Up the middle, nobody home. Who will pick it off on the Bomber side of center? Had to be careful. Patterson on top of him. Dropped it back to Leppert. He'll flip it ahead. Mueller trying to get a stick on it, but Patterson stood him up. Olesen will take it for the Mustangs at center, back inside the Flin Flon zone. Hangs on, trying to start the needle, throws it back out front. That wasn't much off the mark. Chance for 2-on-1 the other way, 3-on-1. Faulkner leading the charge down the wing. Out front, pass to Mueller. Oh, Venn comes over and robs him. Puck is loose, it comes back out front. Brock Mueller trying to go 5-hole on Venn. And as this game looms on, Mike Slip, that might be a big save that we look back on in this game.
Yeah, Mueller's shaking up a little here.
Great pass by Jacob Walker. Might have the sweetest hands in the league. But that's a big save.
Yeah, between him and Justin Lees, you're right.
Semp will come back and grab the puck inside his own zone. Up the right side. He's got Walker again behind the knee. Flipped it in. There's Silvestri looking for a second line. Silvestri, can he get it to go? No, he can't. Venn stayed with him. Boy, that was a breakdown by the Melfort defense there. Two guys in alone here at the end of the period. Here's McNutt. That'll hit a stick and go over the glass. And I can tell you right now, I don't think Trevor Blevins is going to be quiet in that locker room. That is a defensive breakdown you never see from them.
No. Boy, Silvestri, though, corralled that puck masterfully. I mean, he was juggling it on his stick and got a great shot away. And again, James Venn playing fantastic.
Face-off back in the Mustang zone. 2.7 seconds to go. 31-18. The Bombers start to run away with the shots here. Off the draw. Tanchuk grabbed it. He'll shuffle it in deep. Back off front to Lees. He does get a shot away. That's going to do it for the period. But again, the Mustangs answer the big power play goal. And that save by James Venn on Brock Mueller with just over 30 seconds to go.
Yeah.
We'll look back and see if that's a big play in this game.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, here we go again, a one-goal lead. 31-18 shots for the Bombers. They got a few power play chances there. And, yeah, Brock Mueller just a little shaken up. I don't know what he's favoring, if it's a leg or what. But
well, the Mustangs got to be happy. 6 shots in that period. They got 2 goals.
Yeah, absolutely.
Flin Flon starting to come to life. They moved the puck around pretty well.
Trevor Blevins and Mike Reagan having a chat. It looks very friendly. There's some smiles, so that's good.
You never know what's going on in Blevy's head.
No, I've seen those two spitting at each other, not spitting literally, but having words gleaming the ice. But you never know. I love Trevor Blevins.
He's one of the best coaches in the league.
Yeah, absolutely.
Without it, I'll tell you what, I don't know if there's a better, you know what, there isn't a better technical coach in the NHL.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, he's just such a smart guy, and he's had so much success.
Yep.
He's won as a player, 2 league titles as a coach, and you know they're going to be in the mix again at the end of this season.
You can't argue with that.
Anyway, let's take a look at the second period scoring summary. Again, it was 2-1 Flin Flon after 1. They made it 3-1 McNutt, an ice goal. Unassisted effort, his second in as many games at 337. Put the Bombers up 3-1. The Mustangs would answer. Ryu, his 6 from Duguay and Olesen at 445, and you certainly can't fault the Bomber netminder there. That was just sloppy play by the Bomber defense not to get the puck out on that second goal.
Absolutely. You know, mistakes have been the story of the game on both sides, really. So we'll see what happens this period, but you know, Bombers have to stop taking penalties, and actually so does the Melfort Mustangs. But Vockler is, like you say, was some of the best hands in the league, but Justin Lees is just as good. The Bombers have some great guys, so we'll see what those two can do next period, and hopefully we'll see Brock Mueller back on the ice.
Well, speaking of good hands, Silvestri would give the Bombers a 2-goal lead once again. His 10th, the power play marker. Laser Hume, like you mentioned. Johnny on the spot came out, played up the boards. He was able to hit Silvestri down the wing. He got in and let her rip over top of the left shoulder of James Venn. That came at the 17:20 mark. We thought, could the Bombers hold on for the 2-goal lead? They take a late penalty. The Mustangs finally break through their first power play of the game.
Yeah.
Duguay, who's had all kinds of power play success, 13th of the year, 7th on the power play. He scores from Westerland in 1806 to make it a 1-goal game. 4-3 shots, all Flin Flon 20-6. The Bombers a 2-period total of 13. The Mustangs a 2-period total of 18. But again, I go back to that save by James Venn late on Brockmuller. Will that be a factor coming into the third period tonight?
Yeah. As you say, James Venn had a couple of shaky moments in the first, but really he's played fantastic. 33 shots, typical Bomber shooting fest, 33-18, but the score isn't quite the same with a 4-3 Bomber lead.
But then again, if you're both coaches, you got to be happy. Mike's got to be happy because the Bombers have a 1-goal lead on a very good hockey team.
Yeah.
And Blevins has got to be happy because his team hasn't had one of their best efforts here. His goaltender, not up to his elite status, although he has made some pretty good saves as the game has moved on. Like I said, a bad breakdown by the Mustangs at the end of the period of 2-on-0 there. That could have been a goal too.
Yeah.
You never see a Melfort team give up a 2-on-0 like that.
No, not a Trevor Blevins team, that's for sure. So it just miscue. I don't know if it was a bad change. You wouldn't think it would be a change when they were hemmed in that end, but some interesting things. Goal disallowed.
Yes, and I still don't. I'd like to know the call.
Yeah,
on that.
It's a shame we don't have more cameras. Hopefully sometime down the line, but it was tough to see. And as I say, maybe the referee just lost sight of it and had called and blew the whistle. I'm not sure.
Anyway, Flin Flon a 4-3 lead after 2. Alexis Silvestri's power play marker the difference right now. When the Bombers lead after 2 periods of play, 11-0-1. When the Mustangs trail after 2, they're 2-1. So they're a tough team to take down. Should be an entertaining third period tonight. Come back with more on Flow TV momentarily. Alrighty, welcome back to Whitney Forum. Mike Slip's taking his kryptonite. He's got his Diet Coke going here. We're getting ready for the third period tonight. But again, and I was chatting with the Melfort play-by-play guy here, joined the radio broadcast there, and I mentioned to him the same thing I mentioned to you. That is a big save again by James Benn, and I just can't help but wonder if that could be a pivotal point for the third period. They restore the two-goal lead, they take back the momentum, but it's those timely saves, Mike. It's not necessarily how many you make, and I know you've heard the old cliche, but I really believe it's true. It's not how many you make, but the timely stop.
Yeah.
And that was a real time. And Brock Mueller did everything right there. Like, Brock Mueller didn't fire it into him.
No.
He got in and got a good chance, and Ben was just simply made a terrific save.
Yeah. And Mike Reagan talks is you need your goalie to win you a game every once in a while, and that might be it. Although Bombers are still ahead, but that was a huge save, and Brock was injured on that play actually, so we'll see if he's back out there. He's a tough cookie. I wouldn't be surprised. I'm just trying to find him. There he is. There he is on the bench. Yep.
Yeah, pretty tough to keep him out of the lineup. Bombers are missing some big pieces tonight, though. Laughlin not in the lineup. Stenglund has had a good year.
Yeah, very
Matt
good.
Egan not in uniform again tonight.
Matt Egan, he's had a tough go with injuries, and I think he's pretty close. I'm not sure. I'm sure we'll see him back after the break here.
Yeah, the break probably couldn't have come at a better time for him. Alrighty, we're ready to go. A 4-3 Flin Flon lead. 33-18 the shots in favor of the Bombers, and we're out. Set for the third period. The Bombers right off the draw will grab it. Justin Lee's a big goal tonight.
And the assist goes to number 29, Chase Moore.
The Mustangs get it back in. Duguay, who's got the power play marker, fired that one wide high along the glass. The puck is lifted out. Olsen races back for the Mustangs to grab it inside his own blue line. He's hit hard by Anderson, who shovels it off to Piccinino. Piccinino trying to get free and get a shot away. He'll drop it back to Bourgeois. Swings the pass over to Noah Houle. Knocked away that time by Huddy. Down the ice it goes, or knocked down the ice again. By Hamilton. I got to get, we got an old lineup sheet here with some of the older names on it, so some of the names aren't jiving tonight.
Yeah, I guess when you have to add so many players, numbers.
They made a number of trades as well since the Bombers have seen them on opening night too. Lots changed since September the 25th.
For the Bombers, too.
Yeah, here's Duguay barreling down the zone inside the Flin Flon. He got it inside the Flin Flon zone, left it there for Ryu. He was bumped off the play by Houle. Hutchinson, another good player for the Mustangs, not in uniform tonight. Here's Olofsson, the center. To Ashton Paul. He'll get it inside Melfort territory. Paul tried to get free along the boards. The key on the one of the goals earlier tonight. Chow couldn't keep it in. He sold it well. It just hopped up over a stick, came outside the blue line. He brought it back in, and they'll blow that down with 18:51 to go in the third period. Battleford, by the way, in front of Yorkton 3-1 now after one. Just the one assist for Kean Bell as the Bell watch continues.
A terrible night for Kean Bell.
Well, there's still lots of hockey to go.
Sure is,
I think there's some more goals scored. Chances are he'll be in on it. Vockler got that one free and scored back of the Melfort net, grabbed by Day. Off the board, thrown back to center. Chow waited for it. He'll hammer it back in. Thornton will go back in to get it. He picked it up back of that, being watched out front here by Semp. Thornton back of the net will take his time. Throws it to Day. There's a stick laying there. Somebody busted one. Day gets a hold of it. Off a skate. Back to Shepard, but he couldn't knock it down. Here's Bourgeois. Back the other way to Vockler. Couldn't knock it down cleanly. Patterson with the steal. He's across the Bomber blind. He'll bring it in deep. He and Chow collide back of the goal. Puck is laying there. Chow will pick it up, moves it ahead. Silvestri comes back to grab it in his own blue line. He's got the go-ahead goal on the power play in this game. Trying to come back to Vockler. Look out, collision back of the net. Vockler takes down his guy. Puck is loose in front of that foot. Trying to jam it in. Ben was down. Silvestri can't get a stick on it. The Melfort bench is incensed. Lepper will hold it in again. He fired that over top of it. There was a I couldn't make out the Melfort number there, Mike. He got hammered back at the goal. The Mustangs are really upset with the official here. They're really giving it to him up the ice. He was hurt laying there. Play continued. I think they wanted it blown down. Meanwhile, play continues as Mueller will try to get a stick on it off the tip of his stick, rolls in, icing against Flin Flon.
I think Vockler got high, his hands up in the Melfort player's face, and I think that's what the Mustangs are.
Well, he was down before Vockler even hit him.
He was falling down. It wasn't like it was high. It was just the way he went down awkwardly. I don't know if that's why they were upset. It was the assistant coach more than Levy, but he was upset.
Face off inside the Flin Flon zone, just underway in the third period. 17-13 to go. Here comes Flin Flon on the rush. Joey Lees knocked away from them, but right back to Lepper at center. Here's Lees. He'll dump it in. Picked up by Olofsson back in the Melfort net. Back out front on the tape that time to Moore. He'll find Hamilton. Hamilton a goal tonight. Back across the Bomber line. Ryu will steal it. Back up front to Duguay, looking for a second of the game. And Laser Hill will flash the leather and make a good stop on him. 16:54 to play. It remains a one-goal game. Flin Flon in front 4-3, and boy, every shot will count here.
Yeah, Luke Lepper got turned around there a bit, and they got a shot on Laser Hume, as you say, he flashed the leather. And
by showing your support to your favorite SJHL team.
Coyle takes a face-off against Piccinino. Bombers win the draw. This is Justin Lees lifting it down the ice. Olofsson had to be careful. Anderson barreling in on him. Actually beat him to the puck, but Olofsson was able to pin him up along the boards. Piccinino in there after it. Justin Lees will get to it. Sends it back to right point to Houle. He'll knock it down through traffic. Deflected by Anderson over top of the net. And they'll blow that down with 16:34 to go. Like we mentioned, a big break for the Bombers coming up. Will not play again until the showcase in Warman, the 13th and 14th. And they get the Weyburn Red Wings and our good friend Jason Tertanik and the Estevan Bruins, who seem to be turning things around with all those Western Hockey League pickups.
He'll be happy with the sound down in Warman. It won't be quite as loud as the Whitney Forum.
Anderson fired that on target. Stick save made by Venn. Fans reacting to something in behind the play. Meanwhile, the puck is back in the Mustang net. Good work here by Data. Fight off his, the guy that had him all tangled up. It did come out front. Flin Flon did get a shot away. Again, it's way wide of the mark. 33-19 the shots.
Trevor Blevins, he thinks any hit should be a penalty. That one was a good hit.
Yeah, he didn't care for it.
No, he sure didn't. But
another face-off back in the Melfort zone as Piccinino will line up against Rue. Comes back to Bourgeois. He couldn't hold it. It'll roll down the ice. Houle had to be careful. He's bumped off the play, but gets it back up the boards to Lees. Backhander picked up by Bourgeois. Flin Flon's got something going at center. He'll lift it across the line, looking for Anderson. Back to knock that one away was Eisner. And the Mustangs come back the other way at center. Hamilton looking for the lead pass as he'll try to pick it up deep in the Flin Flon zone. Tied up back of the goal. Along the boards, this is Duguay. Goes the backhander back out front. Grabbed here by Houle. Houle forced back to the net. He'll rim it around the boards this time for Ashton Paul. Paul just gets it out. Duguay came over and got a piece of it, but it came out outside the zone. Unger gets it back to Duguay. Back to Unger, swings the pass to Eisner. Eisner at center. Sends it in. Laser Hill will poke that to the corner. Picked up here by Paul. No, he won't. It goes over top of his stick. Patterson took it from him. Patterson back of the Bomber net. Ashton Paul trying to hold him up. They continue to battle for it down low. Puck squirts free. Bridger hit hard along the boards, but the Bombers get it up the ice. Olofsson to Paul. Through his legs. It'll roll back inside the Mustang zone. Moore threw it to the corner to Olofsson. Patterson. Oh, big hit there. Bridger comes over. Runs into his guy, Shepard. Big collision here in the Mustang zone. Olofsson will pick it up. Feeds it back to center. Grabbed here by Patterson. He'll send it inside the Flin Flon zone. You can feel that up here.
Yeah.
Look out, we got something happening in front of the Melfort bench here. Kylan Olofsson being grabbed by a couple of guys on the bench.
Somebody pulled Kylan Olofsson's hair there.
He lost his helmet. Meanwhile, the Mustangs, a 3-on-2. Here's the drop pass. Belton fed on it, gets it back. Laser Hill to save it. Look out. We got another confrontation to the crease. Little Luke Lepper's down as he's got grabbed. I can't make out the Melfort number. And they're down in the crease, getting ugly here with 14:19 to play in the third period.
I don't know, you know, we talk about the coaches getting on the referees. I don't know what the referee was looking at there. One of the Melfort players, Kylan Olafson's helmet fell off, and one of the players grabbed his hair from behind.
Are you sure about that?
I am dead sure about it.
Penalties being handed out here to Binner and Lepper. They really got into it in front of that Bomber net. And like we said, Tepper's starting to get the best of both teams with 14:19 to go. Weird, I was talking with the Melfort play-by-play guy again here tonight. Usually by this point, Flin Flon's been to Melfort at least twice. They don't go there till the new year.
Yeah.
They've reversed everything. Flin Flon used to go there early. Melfort would come in the second half.
First game of the season, generally.
Yeah. So it looks like coincidental minors both ways. It should open things up a 4-on-4. Walker can't get out. Knocked down. There's a chance for Day, and he'll flip the backhander over top of the net. Duguay with that big reach. He knocked it down and held it in. Duguay back to Patterson. In the corner for Hamilton. Tanchuk stood him up, and McNutt will pick it up for the Bombers back of the net. Here's McNutt. To Walker at center. To Silvestri. He'll pick it up deep in Melfort territory. Around the boards for Vockler. Got to get away from Day. Vockler knocked off the play. This is Duguay. Back to Hamilton. Hamilton at center. Inside the Flin Flon zone. Back out front. Duguay, the backhander. He scores! Second of the night. It's a tie hockey game. Mike Slip again. That big save by James Venn in the second period. I think it's going to be a factor here tonight.
Yeah, you might be right, Rob. That was a nice goal. Backhand. Howie Meeker would have been proud of that one. Here's the replay on it.
Dugay's 14th of the year.
That was a nice backhand. Fooled Laser Hume to the blocker side.
2 for Duguay tonight. He's got 14. It's all even at 4. 13:41 to play here in the third period. As we get the announcement on the tying goal by the Mustangs by Duguay. Hamilton and Day get the assist. Here come the Mustangs again. Coyle gets a chance, gets a good shot away. Laser doing the same. Mustangs with some good pressure. Back to Olafson inside the blue line. He lets a rip deflected just wide again by Coyle. The Bombers look like they're kind of like a deer in headlights right now. They're not moving their feet very well. And they'll try to get a hold of it here and try to make something happen. Houle lost it along the boards, knocked away by Belton. He got hit hard that time by Bourgeois. The puck picked up here by Anderson for Flin Flon, and he can motor. Anderson is center. Inside the Mustang zone, he'll carry it in. Olafson got a piece of that. Anderson in the corner. To the blue line. Held in by Noah Houle. Houle a good move. A couple nifty moves. He'll get it in deep. Noah Houle in the corner. Knocked off the play. Picked up here by the Mustangs. Ryub, for whatever reason, didn't want to skate with it. He'll drop it back to Olafson. He'll take off. Olafson for the Mustangs to center. Inside the Flin Flon zone. A shot on target. And I'll tell you what, a very uninspirational effort by Flin Flon. Still looking for their first shot of the period, Mike Slep.
Yeah, the Bombers have come out sluggish. And I think you hit it right on the head. That save by James Venn has given this Melfort Mustang team a little spark.
Shepard against Piccinino. The shot's 5-0 for the Mustangs in the third period. They've got a goal to tie it right off the draw. Again, in the front of the net, Ashton Paul shoveled that one away. Flin Flon still looking for their first shot of this third. There's a steal. Paul tried to get it back. Picked up by McNutt back of the net. He'll feed that over to Tanchuk. Racing in to hold it at the blue line that time was Unger. Flin Flon will get it back. McNutt throws it back to Paul at center. Oh, Paul just avoids a check. Paul back inside the Melfort zone looking for someone to give it to. Along the board, Shepard got a piece of it. The Mustangs will get it and they'll clear it back to the Bomber blue line. Here's McNutt. Back to Tanchuk. Tanchuk at center, the long shot, the first one of the period. He'll get that on target. You're not going to score on James Venn from there, but it's a start. At least you get a face-off inside the Melfort zone.
Yeah, absolutely. The Bombers have looked like they're skating in quicksand there for a while. They started to move it there at that last shift, but the save and maybe a bit of the rough stuff has got the Melfort Mustangs giving them a little jump.
Lees takes the face-off against Norris. The Mustangs win the draw. Boy, they've been really good in that department tonight. They'll play that ahead. Here's Coyle with a chance. Down the wing. Coyle back out front. Norris shoots. Oh! Laserhume just got enough of that to push it off target. What a great setup. Boy, the Mustangs are really coming here in this third period. Oh, they're really taking it to the Bombers in their own building. Laserhume, that's a big save for him. Coyle and Norris going to work. Coyle in there trying to get free, pinned up along the boards. Coyle back to that, throws it out front. Intercepted here by Carroll. He's knocked to the ice. He can't get going. Picked up here by Chow. Chow's got some room. He'll take it to center. Hits Mueller with the shot. And Carroll comes right back and gets it. He'll flip it back inside the Mustang zone. Thornton will try to grab that quickly with Mueller coming in on him. Just got rid of it. Day will pick it up. Got it back over to Hamilton. Hamilton inside the Melfort zone, looking for some room. He'll take off the center. Made a good move there. Hamilton inside the Flin Flon zone, off the boards, gets it in deep. Bourgeois. Pinned up back of the Bomber net, picked up by Houle. Around the boards, it's kicked back to center. Moore waited for it. Gets it back to Ryu. Ryu will flip it along the glass inside the Flin Flon zone. Houle in the corner. Gonna come back to Vaucler. They've held him off the sheet tonight. Here's Silvestri. Power play goal up the boards for Vaucler. He'll race in on a battle with Olofsson. Olofsson gets it to his defense partner. Hamilton will grab it at center. Bumped off the play. Here's Jacob Vaucler for Flin Flon around the boards. Then waited for it, stopped it back of the goal. He'll play it to the corner to Moore. Back of the goal, stolen back there. Nice play by Silvestri. Boy, Olofsson never saw him. I don't think anybody did. What a great play by Alexis Silvestri. Stick handling inside the Mustang zone, trying to get something going, trying to get the lead back. The Bombers have blown 3 different leads in this hockey game. It's 4-4. Under 10 to go. Mustangs get it. Up the middle. Poked in that time by Patterson. Going one-on-one with McNutt. McNutt able to hold him up along the boards this time. Lees will chip it to center. Grabbed, though, by Unger and set back inside the Flin Flon zone. Here's McNutt inside the Flin Flon zone. He'll take a look. Leads the pass to Piccinino. Poked away. McNutt goes back to get it. McNutt will take off. Here's McNutt, a shot. Week 1, and again, no problem for James Venn. He'll grab that and hang on. 9:25 to go in the third period. Boy, the Bombers, not much luck in that offensive zone in this third period.
Absolutely not. Media timeout, so Coach Reagan will rally the troops. 3-1 Battleford, it looks like now, Rob.
Yeah, 3-1 in the second period.
You know, Kenny Marquardt's going to be able to make his return when they come back from the break.
He'll be able to play a game in the showcase.
Yeah, which is great because initially that suspension was 7 games, cut it back to 5, and gives him the opportunity to play in the showcase, which is very important.
It'll be interesting to see if he can get back in that rhythm he had before he took the suspension.
Yeah, no, it's off for a long time, but knowing Kenny, he's been working hard in practice, and I know it's not the same, but I wonder if he thought it was a good idea at the time to get in the scrap, the goalie fight. It got the crowd going, got the team going, but it was costly.
It certainly was. NHL Finals of Canadian teams. LA's beaten Ottawa tonight 3-2.
LA's having a good year, too.
Bruins beat the Leafs in a shootout 3-2. Oh, big surprise. Edmonton losing to Dallas 2-1 in the second period.
Wow.
No score. The Jets goal Knights in the opening period, and Arizona's grabbed a 1-0 lead on Montreal in the opening period here tonight. 4-4 here. Justin Lee's back in the net. Got the first goal for Flin Flon tonight, trying to make something happen. Lost the handle, but it comes back to blue line. There's a chance by McNutt, a hard drive. Good save, Venn. He'll grab his own rebound. And the good thing he did, because Piccinino and Justin Lees were both cruising in front of that Melfort net.
I like those big shots from the blue line.
Got to hit the net, though.
Yeah, he did, but you got and have somebody in front to grab the rebound, because those hard shots, a lot of times there are rebounds. Cole Tanchuk is very good at it, too.
Another face-off win for Lees, but it gets away from Lepper. He goes back to center. McNutt will get it. He'll flip it back in. Olofsson will pick this up inside the Mustang zone. Back of the goal, it goes to Moore. Quick pass outside the zone to Coyle. Knocked down by Lepper at center. He'll turn over to Anderson. Quickly back in Melfort territory. Anderson tried to carry it in, left it there. Olofsson for the Mustangs. Trying to pit up along the board. Stolen here by Anderson. Good work by Anderson. Dropped it along the board for Piccinino. Lee's cruising out front. Piccinino can't get his stick free. Fans wanting a penalty, and they might get one here.
EAR holding on
Olafson, the Mustang captain.
Yeah.
So the Bombers have a power play goal tonight. They're 1 for 3. This is opportunity number 4. And this is a big, big chance for them.
Somebody should have a camera on Trevor Blevins all the time. His facial expressions are priceless.
Didn't like the call. We'll see if the Bombers can take advantage of it. 39-23 the shots for Flin Flon. A 4-4 game. The Mustangs have fought hard tonight to keep battling. There's not a chance. A knuckleball. Ben saw that, and he'll reach down and grab that. Minute 56 to go in the power play, so the big face-off inside the Mustang zone. Bomber power play goes to work with the likes of Paul, Piccinino, Bridger, Tamchuk, and McNutt. Piccinino lining up for the face-off against Shepard. Bombers win the draw. They'll hold it in. Along the glass for Piccinino. Drop that one back over to Paul. Ashton Paul for Piccinino. Fights off a check for the time being. Now it's knocked away from him in the corner. And a good job by the Mustangs to flip it back to the Bomber blue line. Tamchuk waited for it. Drifts back to his net as Shepard watches him. Minute 33 to go in the Bomber power play. 8:08 to go in the game. Here's McNutt at center. Nice pass. Feeds Bridger a shot. Kicked away that time by Venn. Tamchuk, he fouled that in, knocked it down. Puck is in skates here. The Bombers try to dig it free. Eisner will try to pin it up along the boards. Eisner doing a nice job, if nothing else, killing off some valuable seconds as we're down to 1:08 on the power play. Ashton Paul tried to get free. Paul, back of that, tried to come back out front. McNutt pinched in. Couldn't knock it down, and off the boards, down the ice it goes. Harmon Laser-Hume will come back and grab that. Coyle steals it in the corner. By himself, they work it free. Flin Flon back the other way. Here comes Jacob Vockler. Vockler stick handling the center across the Melfort line. Drop that one back to Silvestri. To Vockler. Back out front, the one-timer. Lees, chance for Anderson. And he won't miss from there. The initial shot got blocked. Then the puck was laying there. And Anderson will pick it up. He'll shovel it in for the power play goal. That is the 7th of the season for Carter Anderson. 7 games in a Bomber uniform, 7 goals.
Yeah, what a pickup, like you said earlier, Rob. What a pickup. Nice shot. That initial shot, I can't tell you who it was. I can't see very well.
I think it was Vockler, wasn't it? Or Silvestri, one of the two.
Yeah, it might have been Lee's, actually. But anyways, great goal.
So Flin Flon back in the lead for the 4th time in the game as Anderson gets his 7th of the year. Mustangs come right back off the faceoff like they've been doing all night. Ryu, who does have a goal tonight in the corner, trying to work something out front. Duguay's got 2, he's in there. Walker will get 1 assist. And I believe the Bomber captain Lees was also given 1. Yeah, Justin Lees does get the assist. And Flin Flon back in front 5-4 and a big power play goal. The Bombers 2 for 4 with the extra attacker in this game. Here's Noah Houle. Quick pass to Silvestri. He'll spring him up the left side. Try to get away from Olafson. He hold him up. Now Olafson for Flin Flon will race it and get it. Colin Olafson, also a goal in the game. Left it there for Silvestri. In the corner. Semp knocked down. You got to wonder with Flin Flon getting that power play goal, Mike, does Melfort get one more power play before the game's out? I say they do.
You never know, yeah.
Olafson for Flin Flon around the board to the right point. McNutt knocked it down, held it in for the time being. The Mustangs will converge on it, though. Here's a pass for Hamilton. Lepper, a great play to break it up. He'll feed it back to Bridger. Bridger across the Melfort blue line. Knocked to the ice by Patterson. Lepper holds it in. Bridger back on his feet, but couldn't hang on to the puck as Ryu took it from him. Here's Olafson. Around the board to the right point for McNutt. Back out front, Bridger with the redirection. That got blocked. Hamilton through his skates, wasn't sure where it was. Venn sees it, and he'll pounce on that and hang on. With 5:40 to play in the 3rd period, a big power play goal here by Carter Anderson.
Huge. Luke Lepper with a couple of nice plays there to keep that puck in the Melfort zone. Luke Lepper, another nice pickup by the head coach and general manager, Mike Reagan.
5:40 remaining in the 3rd period, 42-23 the shots for Flin Flon. It's 6-6 in the 3rd. Remember, the Bombers went a full 6 minutes without a shot in the period, so they're starting to turn up, and I guess that last power play probably helped as well. Joey Lee's along the boards. He whiffed on that, got out front. Brock Mueller a chance! He gets a chance, and he's not happy about something. Again, another penalty coming up. What did I tell you? And I think Brock Mueller is going to go to the penalty box again, and he's not happy about it.
No.
I told you another power play would be called.
And another offensive zone penalty. Brock Mueller is not happy.
Like I said, I've never ever seen a player argue with the referee and ever change his mind.
No.
Anyway, a big chance here for the Mustangs. Like I said, they lived and died by their power play all year. You had a feeling after the team scored a power play goal like that, usually things tend to even out a little bit.
Yeah, it's the way of hockey. I don't know if I like it, but you know, football, if there's a penalty in the last play of the game on the 1 yard line, it's a penalty. But if not, it's not, you know, they don't call it. So
we'll see what the Mustangs can do. They're down a goal, 5.5 to play. You know what? If I was a real gambler here, I'd pull the goalie out and go 6 on 4, but that's me.
That is you.
Yeah. Moore just holds it in. That's knocked away here. Piccinino can't get it out, though. Good job by Duguay to knock it away from him. Duguay tried to come back out front. Piccinino will stay with it. Over to Tanchuk. Tanchuk can't get out. Blocked along the boards that time by Olofsson. Made a good play. Mustangs throw it out front. Look out. Almost redirected off McNutt. Went in his own net. There's a broken stick. And McNutt will pick it up and make his way up the ice. It's the Mustangs, Ryu breaking his stick, so allow Flin Flon to get the puck outside the zone. Olofsson for the Mustangs is back at his blue line. 1:15 to go in the power play. Olofsson to center. In over the line, dropped it back to Moore. Back out front, there's a chance for Hamilton. The backhander knocked away by Houle, but he can't get it out. Net comes off, they'll blow it down. 4:37 to go. And 1:05 remaining in that Mustang power play.
This is a big penalty kill for the Flin Flon Bombers, obviously at 5-4 with 4:37 left. The players are not happy with the referee tonight.
I don't think he's done that bad of a job.
No, I don't either, although I didn't see the Mueller penalty, but just because I didn't see it.
I'm thinking, though, Mike, like you mentioned, in the offensive zone, he must have done something. And that's not just calling it.
No, I agree. I totally agree.
Coyle will take the face-off against Bachler to the left of the Bomber. And look out, Trevor wants to put you off the ice in the worst way. Oh, he's fun to watch here, right?
He sure is.
Anyway, they get that restored, and we continue with play. Oh, he's fun. Like I said, one of my favorite guys in the SHL, and certainly very good at what he does. Duguay, he'll hold it in along the boards back to Hunker. He was bad. Gets that back to the top of the circle. Duguay looking for the hat trick. That got blocked, but the puck comes free from the Bomber net. Duguay continues to battle here with Bourgeois. He'll get it again. Duguay back of the net. They blow it down again.
That net again, Rob.
They've had trouble with these posts the last couple of games.
On that end, they have. You're absolutely right.
It was interesting, and I don't know where I heard this, but they had a problem, let's say 5 years ago.
Yes.
And the league apparently had sent a memo to the Bombers saying if you don't restore this issue, you're going to get delay of game penalties.
Is that right? Yeah.
Yes, that's how bad it was.
I know when my son played here, Connor, there was watching from Calgary, it always seemed to be going off the net. Going off
that might have been the year then.
And it was down at the other end, if I remember correctly.
Face off once again inside the Flin Flon zone. 35 seconds remaining in the Melfort power play. Puck lifted down the ice. Olofsson better be careful. He had Lees barreling down on him, and he caught him. Great effort here by Justin Lees. Well, he does everything for this Bomber team. Puck comes back out front, grabbed here by Norris. They come back to Hamilton. He wasn't sure where it was. He had to regroup and go back and get it inside the Melfort zone. 16 seconds to go in the power play. Here's Hamilton taking off. Turbo speed. Knocked away, though. Duguay will get it back. He'll feed it to Olofsson inside the line. This power play really having a hard time getting going. Olofsson forced deep. He'll drop it back to Moore. Power play set to expire. It does. The puck will roll inside the Flin Flon zone. Melfort 1 for 6 with the extra attacker. Back to 5 aside as Mueller's back on the ice. Thornton will go back and get it. He'll flip it back to Day. We'll have to keep our eyes on the Melfort net now for the goaltender to come up for the extra attacker. Thornton to center. Still a lot of time left, though, with 3:14 remaining on the clock. Ashton Paul for Flin Flon at center. He'll flip it back inside the Mustang zone. Day caught back of the goal. Picked up by Patterson. He'll flip it to the far corner. Good forechecking here by Liam Bridger. You know, we've talked about Liam Bridger a lot this year. This might be his best game tonight. We've said that a few times.
Yes.
He hasn't got any points or any goals, but he's really played well. He'll throw that in for Ashton Paul. Back out front, what a pass that was, but Olofsson couldn't take advantage of a great job by Ashton Paul to feed it out front. Puck will roll back at Flin Flon territory, Hool around the boards. Ashton Paul comes back to get it. Paul will lift it out, or will he? And hit somebody, came back in. Now Paul gets it back to center. He's got Silvestri with him. Paul stops, that's offside, and they'll rip that one wide. We're down to 2:23, and now I think we're in goaltender being pulled territory.
Yeah, Levin's looking at the scoreboard, talking to his assistant coach, and I can almost guarantee that's what he's talking about. You mentioned Liam Bridger. He's one warrior of the game a number of times.
I don't know if I've seen him look better than I have tonight, in my opinion. There's a shot fired on target, steered away that time by Venn. He's really been going hard and winning a lot of battles, and actually had a goal tonight that was disallowed. Still kind of wondering why that didn't count. Anyway, here's Silvestri. Tried to get free out front, bumped off the play. Scooped up here by Unger. Can't get out. Chance at front. Silvestri knocked to the ice. Got a backhander away. Venn still stopped him. Tanchuk from the blue line fired it on target. Venn stopped that. Couple late chances here for the Bombers. We're less than 2 minutes remaining in the third period. Boy, if they could get one now, that would go a long way. A little insurance. That one gets by Venn. Goes wide. Picked up here by Unger. Off the glass. Cleared back inside the Flin Flon zone. Knocked away here by Lepper. Ahead to Semp. He'll dump it in. Venn got a piece of it. Olofsson came over, and we'll see if Flin Flon can keep it deep. The deeper they keep it in, obviously be a tougher time for Melfort to get the goalie out. Olofsson. Once again forced to flip it back to the goal to Moore. He almost coughed it up in front. Puck just comes out.
Here he comes.
Here comes the goaltender. Coyle will flip it in. And the Mustangs will get the extra attacker on the ice. They are down a goal. Luke Lepper up the boards to Anderson. Fell down, but still got it out. Lees can't pick it up. Here's Norris for the Mustangs. Flipped it back inside the Bomber zone. Lepper waited for it. He'll flip it out. Knocked down by Moore at center. He'll get it in. Laserhume stopped it back in the net. Picked up here by Noah Hool. Did he get it out? No, he didn't. Puck held in. Good job by the Mustangs. Hool will get it back, though. Up the boards to Lees. Justin Lees pinned up along the boards. The Mustangs keep it deep. Lepper racing after it. Took a whack at it. Olofsson got it. Knocked it down midair. Kept it in. Back out front. Lepper there. He'll get a piece of it again. Piccinino can't get out. Olofsson fanned on it, but still kept it in. Now it's knocked away by Anderson. He'll get a hold of it. He'll flip it down the ice. Icing negated. Justin Lee's looking for the loose puck. He can't grab it. Anderson picked it up. Anderson's got it. Tried to come back out front. Puck redirects to Lees. He'll get a piece, but stays at the blue line. Grabbed by Olofsson. Olofsson. Good work along the boards. Down to 15 seconds. Throws it towards the front of the empty net. Knocked away, but the Mustangs can't get down the ice. Here's Duguay. Penalty coming up. And that'll all but do it for the Melfort comeback. What a shift by Kyle Olofsson.
Yep.
Knocked it down, had a chance at the empty net, and his hard work basically leading to a penalty. And that could be it for Melfort tonight. Great work by Colin Olofsson. Another terrific player, especially away from the puck.
Yeah, Kylan had a rough start. He was injured at the beginning of the year. He
got hurt in training camp.
He was injured in training camp, exactly. And he had one injury, and I believe he got a different injury right away when he came back. But he's been a stalwart for the Bombers. Timeout for the Trevor Blevins calls a timeout. He was not happy with that penalty, not with the referees, but his player.
Well, that's what happens when you get out hustled.
Yeah.
Like I said, that was just terrific penalty killing by Colin Olofsson, who got on top of him and forced him to take the penalty. And with 7.7 seconds left, I guess the idea is that you got to win the face-off, obviously, maybe get a chance and try to beat Herman Laserhume with a long shot, maybe. I don't know what else you say.
Yeah, no, that's right.
But 7.7 seconds to go. The Bombers in front 5-4. And a big power play goal by Carter Anderson, the difference in this game right now. And we'll see what happens. The face-off deep in Melfort territory. I guess stranger things have happened. I guess teams can score with 7.7 seconds left, but you need a lot of things to happen. Alexis Silvestri going to take the face-off here against Norris. Silvestri will get waved out, so Vaughner will go in to take it. And he does win the draw. Mustangs jump on it, though. Duguay a chance at center. Just 3 seconds to go, but knocked away from him. And he'll go back inside the Flin Flon zone, and they'll find a way to get it done tonight. So a power play goal by Carter Anderson. The difference, the Bombers find a way to rebound after their only regulation loss against the Melville Millionaires on the weekend. And if I was to say to Mike Reagan or to anybody, the Bombers would get 5 goals against Melfort tonight, I think everybody would have taken that.
I agree. Keep your eye on Trevor Blevins. He's
not happy with the referee. Kind of started to make his way before, but they thought maybe better of that. He'll make his way off the ice, but you got to give Melfort a lot of credit nonetheless, Mike. They got 7 regulars out of the lineup and took Flin Flon to the
They played very good, Rob. Yeah. Ben had a little struggle there, but I thought he played good. So the Bombers go to the break with a win, which is very important, and the boys very happy. And as I say, some are going home, some are staying.
But anytime you can beat the Melfort Mustangs, it's a monumental affair. They did that tonight, 5-4 the final, to improve to 14-1-1 on the year. Let's take a quick look at the scoring here before we do wrap things up here tonight. We'll just do the third period. It was 4-3 Flin Flon after 2. We mentioned the big save by James Ben. Would it be enough to kind of give them that extra energy for the third? And actually for the first 5 or 6 minutes of that third period, Melfort came out and they really caught Flin Flon flat-footed.
They sure did. And you know, Harmon Laser-Hume had to make some great saves in that first little bit of the first period. And it was enough to win. James Venn made that save you've talked about, and it looked like maybe that was going to turn things around, but the Bombers were able to come through and make a great effort for the victory.
So it was 4-3 Flin Flon after 2. Let's recap the third period. We mentioned Duguay would get his second of the night. He would get an opportunity. That was probably the nicest goal for Melfort, his 14th second of the game. Day gets the assist on that one at 6:19. He picked it up, was able just to get in and get a nice quick backhander. Like you mentioned, when the goal went in, Harmon Laser-Hume didn't get much of a chance to come out and try and cut down the angle, but Duguay, goal scorer, leads the league now at 14. 2 for him tonight, but the Bombers would answer on the power play, their only power play goal of the game, or their second power play goal of the game, rather. Carter Anderson, who's having a terrific year, like we said. He's played for the Bombers for 7 games. 7 goals. He gets the power play marker from Walker and Lees, the difference maker at 11:45. Shots in the period were 12-5 in favor of Flin Flon, so they wind up with 45 tonight. The Mustangs wind up with 23. I got the Mustangs 1 for 6 in the power play. Flin Flon finishes up 2 for 4. And like you said, nice way to go in the break because they won't be back in action now until the middle part of the month, and that'll be the showcase in Warman.
Yeah, and that's very important for, you know, the guys wanting to move on, and also the coaches, because some trades may appear during the showcase. They get together, and I know that coaches from other leagues come and watch too, so it's going to be interesting.
So a big game for the Flin Flon Bombers. They do rebound from their only regulation loss of the year. Once again, hanging on for the 5-4 victory to improve to 14-1-1. 29 points, which is now an 8-point lead on Melfort for second in the division, although the divisions mean absolutely nothing these days anyway. The Humboldt Broncos, though, a team that I'm very interested in watching, the only team in the league without a regulation loss, 10-0-2-1, have only given up 24 goals against in 13 games this year.
That's a good team.
When they come to Flin Flon in November, I'll tell you what, those are the games you want to be here to watch.
Yeah, Scott Barney, again, another great job with the Humboldt Broncos, and that'll be fun to watch. You want the Stars quick, Rob?
Yeah, why not?
And I know what you're going to say, but I do agree with the in-house Stars today, and I think you'll agree with me. Third star, Ryan Duguay of the Melfort Mustangs with 2 goals and an assist. Justin Lee's the second star with a goal and an assist. He is so smooth and good with the puck. But Carter Anderson, I mean, he got a goal and assist, but a lot more was given by Carter Anderson tonight. He's our first star. Warrior of the game yet again, Liam Bridger. He can win that every night. As you mentioned that he's not getting a lot of goals, but he's creating a lot of things on the ice, and he is he's like a pinball out there. So
well, he works hard. Like I said,
he does.
We comment a lot about you know, how hard Dawson Carroll plays. Liam Bridger, I haven't seen Liam. I can honestly say I haven't seen him play a bad game this year.
I agree with you. I actually absolutely agree. You know, the fans always looking for goals, but there's a lot more to this game that create goals, and Liam Bridger is one of those creators.
He was a factor tonight, so was Colin Olofsson, who did have a goal, but he was great away from the puck. How about the play that Olofsson makes late, forcing the Mustangs to take the penalty? I mean, it's a lot of those things that don't show up on score sheets, which make differences for championship caliber teams. And again, I go back to that team a couple years ago that was that close to beating Estevan. I mean, yeah, there were some really good players, but guys like Winchester, Matt Raymond, the guys that did all the little things within the game, would throw the big hit when you needed it.
Yeah.
Were just character guys that knew how to step up and play. And if Flin Flon is finally going to get over that hump and somehow get back to and win that league title, which has eluded them for so many years, it's going to be their play away from the puck, Mike, is going to be just as important as who scored the goals.
Absolutely right, Rob.
Anyway, the final score, full marks to the Bombers. They find a way to get her done against the determined Melfort Mustang Club tonight, the final 5-4. Good night from the Whitney Foreman. We'll see you in Warman in about 10 days.